have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Why? Say it!
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Good answer. Good answer.
Welcome to the War Room with myself and Bob. Bob is having some technical issues, and actually so did I right before this. In case you guys didn't know, Friday I did not have power here, and there have been power lines everywhere that have been down. So I was having some technical issues, and Bob is currently having some technical issues hearing me. So we're trying to work through that right now. So I'm going to get started on this while Bob works his way into this thing. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today, obviously, is going to be Michael Pittman. So he is probably the thing that we have been looking for as a fan base more than anything else. We have been dying for a second wide receiver on this team for what feels like an eternity. And Michael Pittman is going to be a really, really nice compliment to DK Metcalf. Vaughn's already putting out here, Bob hates Pittman. Apparently Bob hates Pittman enough that he didn't want to be on the show today, so we'll see. No, Bob's completely fine with the signing. I can promise you guys Bob is completely fine with the sign. Tyrone, welcome as always. Jeremy, welcome. So a couple things that I'm going to start to do as a little bit of a rundown before we get into any film stuff, because Bob typically has all the film stuff loaded up by now. Things that I think are going to be interesting with Pittman is he has kind of been Indy's number one guy for a long time. And he's been a guy who leads the team in targets. When they need a third down, he is absolutely exactly what Adam is talking about right here. He's a possession receiver that we needed. I'm not going solo tonight, Jeremy. If you missed it, Bob's having technical difficulties, so I'm just going to get this thing rolling while we're Bob's working through some of those. But Michael Pittman's definitely the possession receiver that we absolutely needed in this offense. We talk all the time about how on third down, like who's going to be that guy that you go to. And for a long time now, it's been him in Indianapolis. He's been the guy that they really look for on every third down. They script up plays for him, and they trust him to make combat catches in traffic. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be utilizing in the film room that we have prepared for you today. And another part about Pittman's game that I think is interesting is he's another really, really big and physical receiver that I'm completely happy with this. Mike McCarthy likes the bigger receivers. He likes guys over 6 foot tall. Obviously, Michael Pittman being 6'4", 223 pounds. That is somebody that really brings a lot of physicality to the table. We're a team that we still want to run the ball. Mike McCarthy, even though he is an offensive-minded guy, and you think about him throwing the football because he had all these years with Aaron Rodgers. He had some really good years with Dak Prescott. But in reality, he still likes to run the ball and establish the run as well. And when you have two really big physical wide receivers on the outside, those are guys who can manhandle some defensive backs in the run game as well. And if you heard Michael Pittman talking in his press conference, he kind of alluded to that he's still here, willing to do the dirty work. He's willing to get his body in there and throw some good blocks that opens up some big run plays. He talked about how receivers can help make a run play go from 5 yards to about, maybe 15, 20 yards just by being in there and being physical at the point of attack. That's something that he used in Indianapolis quite a lot. He was a lot of fun to watch on film, to be honest with you. And I think I underrated exactly how physical Michael Pittman is, to be perfectly honest with you, because I didn't realize how physical he was until starting going through film and seeing, like, when he's laying blocks on people, how he can really just manhandle a DB. When the guy's getting press coverage, he has actually pretty even splits against, either press man coverage or zone coverage. I mean, he seems to find ways to get open on all of those scenarios. And so we have been missing that piece to our offense for a really, really long time. And so he's going to be a really nice addition. He's going to help out DK Metcalf a lot. Another thing that we brought up in the Friday show, Pittman's also the fourth leading receiver against cover. He's in splitting the cover 2 defenses. So when we saw how teams would game plan against DK Metcalf, you would see they would run a lot of cover 2 stuff to have a couple of guys over top. One of those guys would shade heavily towards DK to run a double team with him. And so Michael Pittman splits those very, very well. And being a big target in the middle of the field, I think I brought this up on Friday's show as well. It's not like having a Calvin Austin type guy running up the seam. When you have a 6'4", 223-pound guy running up the seam, the quarterback doesn't have to lay the ball in there perfectly. He can really put it in there.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine, Bob. You hear me?
I can't hear you. Okay.
All right.
One analog.
Poor Bob. But yeah, having that big 6'4", 223-pound target in the middle of the field and a guy who's as savvy as Michael Pittman as well, I think makes a big difference when you're looking at an offense trying to help out its number 1 wide receiver to get away from some of those double teams. So I know Tyrone's already putting in here. He's a perfect number 2. I agree. I think this is going to be a great fit. A guy who's been a number 1 in targets in Indianapolis comes in here. And I wouldn't honestly be surprised if he ends up being in the battle for number 1 in targets here. I mean, it's just he's a conversion guy. He's going to move the sticks. Be interesting to see, and we'll get into this, the draft part of this episode later on. But it'll be interesting to see what we do at wide receiver. Do we still stick with wide receiver in the first round? I think you still got to take one within the first 3 rounds. You're probably taking one first or second. Either way. Yes, Mike McCarthy will be calling the play. He's called plays his entire career, Jeremy. So I don't think that's going to change. They brought the dude over. I know Corb says the name way better than I do, but they brought the guy over from the Vikings to not call plays, but he is going to be the OC with the offense. So he's 100%, as Vaughn says, he's 100% going to be the calling plays as the OC. Yeah, we got him for I don't know what the 6 part is, Tyrone, but yeah, I mean, either way, he is a zone killer. He's very crafty. He's very intelligent as a wide receiver. I think the other thing with Michael Pittman, I was going to point this out at the end, but we're going to throw it in the beginning while Bob's still trying to get himself set up here. We don't have ego in the wide receiver room now. When's the last time we've been able to say that here in Pittsburgh? When you had guys like Deontay who would quit on plays, you had guys like George Pickens that would quit on plays, you had Antonio Brown that had some ego issues. I don't know if Juju had ego issues necessarily, but he still brought that, wanted to, do the dancing and things like that, some people got irked by. I didn't care so much about like the stuff. I didn't like the pregame celebrating and dancing on top of a logo, but outside of that, I didn't care too much about that, but I'm just bringing it up because I've heard others say things about that. So I still think that this move makes so much more sense, even from the standpoint of having another guy in this wide receiver room that doesn't have an ego. I mean, you can say what you want about DK Metcalf. The punching of the fan, that was horrible. But, I mean, how many wide receiver ones around the NFL are going to run out and play punt gunner when you need somebody? Like, that's just unheard of. So I think that you got 2 guys now in the room that don't have egos. They're not going to be fighting for the ball. They're not going to be complaining. 2 guys that Aaron's going to work with very, very well. And hopefully, Bob, will be able to hear me now so that
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Bob, you're in.
All right.
In.
I went wireless and 9 things broke at the same time.
Oh my God. Well, I just been kind of filling some space talking about Michael Pittman and how he fits into this wide receiver room a little bit and being the number 2 here and everything like that. So I really like where we're going with this signing. I think he's a little underrated for what people think. So the people who've been supporting you in the chat, Bob, just so you know.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. And let me open up some video files here. Hopefully they won't get added straight to the stage. So you got to bear with me. We usually do all this in prep.
Yes. So Vaughn is saying, welcome back to the middle of the field. Thank you. We've been begging for this for such a long time. Tomlin obviously was completely opposed to those things, but that's something that with Mike McCarthy here, I think you're going to start to see that open up a lot as well. The Texas Coast offense is going to be something that that you're going to start to see that open up quite a bit. And Michael Pittman does a lot of work in the middle of the field as well. So I think that's going to be a good benefit to him. We saw, DK Metcalf, some of his most explosive plays last year came in those like short slant routes or crossing routes where he would take the ball and just take off and outrun everybody. So, we want to see some more of those things and get these athletes out in space, let Pittman work how he does best. Bob, did you find it interesting that Pittman kind of talked about expanding his route tree now that he's here, and that McCarthy kind of brought that up specifically for him?
Yeah, I find it very interesting. And when we get into the tape, I know you've got a lot of stuff. I ended up having to throw a couple plays of my own in here. But yeah, I don't think we can underestimate this signing. I know Dave has been kind of making fun of me when I say he's wide receiver 1. I really believe he's wide receiver 1. I also think there's skill set that's not tapped here with this kid. Yeah, he's 27, 28, but the guy catches everything you throw to him. His hands are ridiculous. That when I was watching what you pointed out, I kept looking for, and I let it play a little and let it play. I was like, okay, where's the drop? Where's the drop? But you just don't see it. And he really catches the ball away from his body. And that's,
yeah.
The more I watch the kid, the more I like him. I kind of liked him. I don't love slow receivers, but when you got DK, who's big and fast on the outside, and now we got big and slow possession, tough guy in the middle of the field, I kind of like it. I don't know what Pat Freiermuth's going to do in this offense, because I think Michael Pittman is going to eat in the middle of the field.
Total side note here, but Darth is putting out that Roman Wilson looks good working with the route god. I know that I was banging on the Roman Wilson drum until we kind of started to find out that maybe he wasn't running all the right routes. That's why he was so open. But I still think there's a potential he has a role in this. Worst thing, he could be a wide receiver 4 here, and we can utilize his speed that he has to open up the offense even more, especially when we run 4 receiver sets. I know we're probably going to take. I still think there's 2 more receivers that get added to this roster, and that could push him down. But I still think there's a potential you see a role. I'm not saying he's going to be like a stud, but there could be a role for him in this offense still. And hopefully he matures and he figures this thing out. Honestly, he's a 3rd-round pick. You don't want him to just be thrown to the trash pile, right? Like, you want a 3rd-round pick to pan out.
You do, but I have a feeling McCarthy looks at it, and the more I wonder about it, the more I think Omar didn't have very much to do with picking Wilson in the 3rd. I think it was pedigree, national champion. Hey, he's the best receiver on their team. He's gonna be good. I just don't know. I don't give the Steelers. I keep hearing people still, like Greg Jennings was on this week saying, "Oh, but the Steelers know how to draft wide receivers." No, we fucking don't. It's a myth. We got Antonio Brown and Emmanuel Sanders, and we had Mike Wallace, and that nice little run there with those 3 guys. But you start to take a look at what we've done since and what we did before. Yeah. No, there are guys who can come in and fit like Marcus Wheaton was an okay player and in the offense, but he never caught on anywhere else, and he really wasn't good enough. Maybe Martavis Bryant, if he didn't have the weed problems, turned into something bigger and better. I really like that guy, but let's face it, if it's not the weed, if the weed was legal, how long would it have been before, hey, I lapse in concentration, I get caught with all this bullshit, and then now all of a sudden I'm taking plays off and doing whatever. I know he's probably Dave's favorite player, and I liked him too. It's Plaxico is probably my favorite receiver that we drafted in the last 25 years, except for Hines. I love Hines, but Plaxico, a 1st-round talent, nickelhead. I was at the game in Jacksonville when he spiked the ball and it was live, and I thought Cowher was going to kill him. I always wonder what if with Plaxico.
I know. I know. I mean, I agree with you that we haven't been as good at drafting receivers as I think the reputation has been. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. But we're here to talk about Michael Pittman. So let's get back into Michael Pittman.
Yeah, let's talk about some Michael Pittman. So, got his stats up here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't love PFF. You don't love PFF. 70.4 as a PFF grade is fine, especially for a wide receiver too. 784 yards with the just cluster of quarterbacks that he went through. You know, you had Daniel Jones going down this year fairly early in the season. I mean, they were like midway through the season by the time Daniel Jones went down. You have Phillip Rivers, who's 44 years old, out of football a couple years, coming back into the mix. Riley Leonard getting thrown in there, your former Notre Dame quarterback there, getting thrown in the mix. Pittman still ends up with 7 touchdowns on the season and 784 yards. Yeah, I mean, and he missed I think he missed a game this year. Did he miss a game?
No, he left the game.
He left a game. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's a fine season. If this is going to be your wide receiver too, and you get almost 800 yards and 7 touchdowns, I think anybody in Pittsburgh in years past would take this stat line every single day and 10 times on Sundays.
Yep. I know. And the one thing I cannot stress this enough, and we'll see this as we go through the film. I cannot stress enough how reliable this guy is and how everybody in Indy raved about the fact, what a security blanket. Mm-hmm. And look, if it's not Aaron, if it's Will Howard, I still don't think it's going to be Will Howard, but whoever it is, this is the guy who you can be like, okay, we can move the ball through the air and this guy will catch it. We might not be able to throw it deep, but this guy will help us move the chains.
Yeah. And I mean, in a season, his quarterbacks have been so bad, but look at his average. I mean, it might be hard to see, but the average depth of target, most of the seasons are over 8. Mm-hmm. He had the 22 season, it was 6.9, 23 was 7.9, but he's over 8 every other year, and 11 last year in 2024 with Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, people think he's just this super slow guy who can't get open downfield, but I think they're going to be surprised at what he's capable of. And like I said earlier, when you were going through the issues you were having there, Bob, I mean, this dude is the 4th leading receiver beating split safety coverage. So, I mean, those are downfield throws. You know, you're talking about 10 yards or further when they're charting those. So,
yeah,
I like it. I like the
lot to like about this guy. So the first film we're going to look at is the Seahawks film from week 15. Let me put this up here.
Yeah, just so everybody's aware, I definitely screwed Bob this one because I skipped all over the place. I did not make it easy on Bob this time. So, Bob, you're a warrior for getting through all of this mess. All right.
Okay, so
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So on the first one, you're going to see the Colts come out with a wide receiver screen. Pittman's actually at the top of the screen here. You see him hesitate and come back. He follows his blocks, and this is what happens with a 6'4", 223-pound guy. He just fights his way upfield, and this is something different. If you remember those same type of plays we'd run with Calvin Austin, the first hint of contact, Calvin Austin was going down in those scenarios. He was not going to go ahead and get that extra yardage, and you'll see again on this other angle, you'll see a better look at what he sees out in front of him. So you can see them set up the screen, everybody coming outside. He just stays patient, and then just as soon as he gets his blockers, he just lowers the shoulder and goes straight downhill. That's the nice thing about having a big physical wide receiver. So I like that.
That turns a 2-yard Calvin Austin gain or maybe a no gain into, you know, and if that's the passes we're going to throw, let's face it, that wasn't the best pass out there to the flat. That was a wobbly throw.
Yeah.
And he still get a first down.
Yep, absolutely. So on the second one here, he's going to be the inside man in the trip set up at the top of the screen. He's patient with his route running, which allows the other 2 guys to clear out. And you see him get to this sprint outside real quick. Now, this was a 3rd down play. So when you talk about, as I talked earlier in this is a guy who converts 3rd downs. Now, this is a 3rd and short, but this is what you can do with a guy like him is you line him up inside and just he lets his patience. This is the veteran in him. This is why you bring a guy like this into the table, because he picks up these third downs with his size and physicality. He lets the first two guys clear out and gets that sprint out really quickly. And even the throw being behind him, he's still physical with the point of catch. And that's Devin Witherspoon. That was their best corner on that scenario. So I think that's something that I really, really liked to see from him out of that. Again, here's another look of him just having the awareness. As soon as he saw the other two guys clearing out and the corner was going to have a little bit of difficulty getting out to there in the flat, he just shoots that straight out there, make sure he's at the sticks, and then he's physical with the point of the catch. I mean, that's what you're getting from him. That's what you love about him.
And if you notice, and we pointed this out if you watched our War Room with when we talked about Roman Wilson during the season, where he really rounded off a route and overran it and got it to the sideline to the point where they threw it to him, but it was almost no chance because it was a lazy, rounded route. You look at Pittman, he snaps it off so quick to the outside. Hey, I may not be able to beat you down the field, but I mean, he's quick, he snaps, he's very decisive, he's a good route runner. And I mean, this is the Seattle vaunted defense in week 15. And not when Pittsburgh caught them early when they were still feeling their way. This is their height of their powers.
Yep.
And that's Phillip Rivers throwing him the ball.
Yep. Absolutely. And he was late on that delivery, to be fair, too. I mean, that was a guy, he looked like a guy who had been out of the league for a couple of years. I mean, that ball should have been out of his hands quicker and more toward the sideline, giving him a better chance to catch that. But this is where he's got strong hands. So, you know, again, that's Devin Witherspoon. That's their best cover corner. That's the guy that they really, really, you know, you don't want in that scenario covering him. But, I mean, great catch at the point of attack. And everybody's talking about how tough he is, taking the hit from KZ and then Somber bringing up the hit on from Ramsey last year as well. So,
yeah. I think this is the play in real time on the other angle here.
Yep.
Play.
And you can see that ball does not come out of the hand very well either. I mean, it was wobbly. It was no good. Mm-hmm. All right. So, is this the Titans game? No, this is still the Seahawks game.
Seahawks. Yep.
All right.
You wanted to see him block.
He's a block. So we all ask in Pittsburgh, can he block? Michael Pittman absolutely can block. So they're going to bring him down inside here. Watch him come back and he cracks the DB. And just look at him walk Witherspoon completely out of the picture. That's a wide receiver making that block. He puts his shoulder into him, walks him completely out of the picture. You got to love Pittman getting inside there, opening. And now the play got blown up a little bit. But had the play not got blown up, man, Pittman moving that DB out of the hole right there. If you could have gotten, I can't remember who ended up with the ball. If it was Jonathan Taylor or I can't think of the backup back, his name, but yeah, it was Jonathan Taylor. I mean, watch Pittman. He's coming across. He's leading with his shoulder here. You probably don't want to lead with your shoulder in a block, but watch it. He gets wrapped inside and just starts driving Witherspoon completely out of the picture. Now the defensive tackle inside made a really nice move and kind of blew this thing up. But if he could have followed Pittman through that hole, I mean, there was a lane there. Has Colt Corb started drinking yet? No, but I have just before we started this. Just so you're aware. Yes,
but he will be joining us later.
He will be joining later, and he may have a special cigar on the patio happening. So I do like, again, it's a physical receiver. I do like him as a physical blocking receiver and physical at the point of attack too.
So let's take a look at some Titans film.
On to the Titans.
Oh, hold on. No, really. Let's look at Titans film.
Just kidding. This is an end of the half situation. I like how he works the zone here. Now you see him breaking. He's at the top of the screen. He kind of sits down in it a little bit and then fights for contact to get into the end zone after that. Like, I just like the way that he gets, as soon as he gets the ball, he looks to get upfield and fights through traffic. And you'll see it again in this one. You'll see the coverage drop back into that zone. Again, he's going to be coming from the left side of your screen on this one. You see the linebacker dropping into that zone. He just clears out, and right before the other linebacker can get in there or the safety can get in there. And then again, this is that 6'4", 223-pound frame. He just fights his way into the end zone. That's something we've not had. We've not had a guy who understands the zone coverage, how to sit in that zone coverage, and how to make something happen out of that. That's something that we really, really have definitely missed. And if you noticed, he runs a little post route on that. It's not just a dink and duck kind of receiver that everybody thinks he is. He's not just a simple dink and duck kind of guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is
That's I think another loop of it again.
Yeah.
So again, you can see him right at the top of the screen. You got the receiver underneath. I think that was Tyler Warren that kind of occupies the first linebacker. And then you see Pittman go. And I like how he shows his numbers. See how right here, he's starting to show his numbers to the quarterback, and he knows he's about to sit down in that zone. You can see that. I think that was Daniel Jones still at that time.
Yeah.
He just has blind trust that he knows Pittman's going to be in the right spot. Pittman's going to sit down right where he needed to be. He throws the ball exactly where Pittman should sit down. And then this is all effort from here. And he catches this at the 6. I mean, this is what you get with a physical wide receiver. He's got it at the 6. You got a linebacker wrapping around him and then a safety coming over top trying to wrap around him. And he just fights his way into the end zone. We've not had a guy who can do that. I know DK had the big play last year, but at the same time, it was Tyler Warren who's the guy who occupies the first linebacker. So I like this play a lot, and I think this is something that he really brings to the table. I mean, look at how he's showing his numbers to Daniel Jones. That's the veteran part of this. This is the stuff we picked Roman Wilson apart for last year. I mean, this is 6'4", 223-pound frame, showing his numbers, showing Daniel Jones, I'm not continuing my route. Go ahead and throw this thing right in this lane. That's veteran stuff. That's what I like about it.
This is kind of similar to when people wonder what happened between Pat and Aaron. It was plays like this where he expected Freiermuth is my guy over the middle of the field. But when he didn't sit down and he dropped the ball, people think the deep drop. It's not. It was that one time where he didn't sit down and catch the ball, and you could see Aaron was furious that, hey man, you're supposed to be my guy and you don't know to do that. So if Aaron does come back, I think he's going to love this. I think Pittman is going to have a huge year because I think he's going to catch a lot of passes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Bob.
And then I see Paul threw up. Sorry, I can't read it because
strong wide receiver 2, almost wide receiver 1, 1B. Exactly the type of guy we needed, saying the right stuff. He does say the right stuff, and I'll say this. I said this earlier. He doesn't have an ego at all. I mean, he has zero ego, and he does do a lot of dirty work. And I think we were both very high on Alec Pierce. I know you were higher on Romeo Doubs than Alec Pierce. I was, I had those two as the two top guys in free agency. I really liked Alec Pierce better than Romeo Doubs, but not by a lot. But I'll tell you what, Pierce definitely benefited from having Pittman in that wide receiver room. And that's why I think this is such a big move, because you've got to hope that translates here with DK Metcalf, right? You got to hope that Pittman can do a lot of similar things. And still, if he's saying what McCarthy said, he's expanding his route tree when he's here. He's not just going to be a decoy either. He's going to be a primary target as well.
Exactly. And then Ronald Bright thinks Jonathan Taylor is very upset about the Pittman trade. Yeah. I could see why. If I'm a Colt, I'm not happy about this. I remember McAfee, when this got announced, was apoplectic that Pittman was leaving.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the tape.
All right.
It's a good D. That might be a pick 6.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you'll see that it's not, because he does this a lot.
Okay, we only had
the one there for that Titans game. Then we moved to the Rams.
So let's look at some Rams.
The Rams. I tried to take. I know they played the Titans a couple times, but I tried to take some decent defenses that they played against here. So on this one, he's coming in motion to the slot at the bottom of the screen. The Colts run a little rub route with Warren to help Pittman get open and pick up the first down. This was something that ends up being a trend in his role. third down. It's another third down play. And the Colts are going to utilize him and draw plays up for him time and time again. Right here, you can see the rub route. This is what we sucked at with Pittsburgh last year. I hope we get better at that now with McCarthy in the building. But again, he's able to beat the defender with the help of that rub route coming across the field. This is something that Tyler Warren is more athletic than Pat Freiermuth, but at the same time, you could absolutely see this play working, and we do stand Pat Freiermuth up. And I think this is something that you could see from a McCarthy system, trying to rely on a guy, again, a big receiver who, even if he does catch this thing short of the first down, you trust his size and play strength to get it across. I mean, look at that. There's not much of a rub there. I mean, the defender just basically has to take one step to the right, and that's all it took.
Yep.
That's why those plays work out so well in this league.
I think this was another loop of it.
One more of the loop. Yeah, same play. Yeah. And again, Pittman, he understands the urgency of this too. Look, he just comes hard. See, there's no wasted motion for him in that. He just takes that first little jab just to get the defender. Like you saw his left foot off the line of scrimmage. He just takes that one little jab and then hurries up and just jets right across the formation there.
Mm-hmm.
And that crossing pattern, that was perfect. So now on this play, we are going to see a two-man route concept where they pump fake or play action, I'm sorry, and then he just comes straight across. Again, there's no wasted motion. This is straight across the formation. This is winning one-on-one. There was no rub route. There was nothing. So when we talk about him being a slow receiver, see how he sets up the DB right there and then shoots across the line? I hope you have that loop one more time because that release is what gets him open on this play. Right here, watch the release. He's at the top of the screen again. Watch the release. He sets up the outside. The corner bites on it right here. Now, by all accounts, it looks like he's going outside. His first step with his left foot headed that direction, and then he plants the right foot hard outside and gets the momentum of that defender going that direction, and then it's straight across the middle with urgency. And Daniel Jones just delivers this ball. I mean, that's veteran wide receiver play. That's the type of stuff that when we talk about these rookies coming in, this is the thing you have to learn in the NFL. Is you have to have really good release packages. You don't have to be the fastest guy in the world. He's not. That's just a really good release package to get yourself open very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm. And because he's so big and physical, you're really taking your chances if you jam him down there on the goal line.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because now if you jam him, more than likely you're going to get called. But even if you don't get called, now your little 6 foot or 5'10" corner is now in a jump ball with Michael Pittman. I like my odds with the 6'4" guy.
I'll take that all day. And he does a good job with contested catches as well. So this is going to be another one versus the Titans. He's going to end up at the top of the screen. Oh, wait. This is the Titans, right?
Yes, these are my two. We're going to come
all
back
right.
to you because we didn't have
Go ahead, Bob.
All right, so hang on. Let's pull it back here. Okay, this doesn't look like much, but I want you to – I played it at real speed for a reason. 1, 2, ball's gone. Okay, we talk about how Aaron doesn't like to hold the ball. So he was throwing those little check downs to Gainwell. You ask what's going to be different in Pittsburgh if Aaron comes back is because 1, 2, I'm hitting my receiver 8 to 10 yards down the field because he's where he's supposed to be. And look, there's 3 guys around him, but he makes the catch and he sits right where he needs to sit to get this ball. And then on the second play here, again, I just want you to watch.
Can you run that one back for a second too, Bob?
Sure.
Watch him set up. So bottom of the screen, right? Watch him set up the outside corner to create space in that zone. Watch. Now he's already got outside leverage, right? But watch him set up. He looks like he's going to go outside. He's attacking right at that corner to hold him, and look at the opening inside now. If he doesn't attack the corner like he's headed outside, do you see how he ran straight at the corner? He's got outside leverage. That's what creates that separation on that break. As soon as he breaks across, look at that.
And that's about as easy a pitch and a catch that you're going to see in an NFL game for basically an 8 to 10 yard gain.
Yeah, that does a good call on that play, Bob.
Okay, and then same thing on this other side. I just want you to. This one I slowed down a little bit. Actually, I think it's the same play, and I slowed it down. So, no, it's
I know which play
different.
this is.
And it's the same thing. 1, 2, go. Throw the ball. 6, 7 yards, and now you're moving the ball down the field.
That's hilarious you picked that, Bob, because I almost picked this play too.
And you look at it from the other side too. I don't know if we'll be able to see it on the screen.
No, but you can see the zone coverage. You can see Tyler Warren. He's running the clear out right here. Daniel's already warming up to throw this ball. That's just blind trust. Again, that's blind trust that your guy's going to make a catch. And look where the backer is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that is a guy who's not afraid to go into the middle of traffic and make a tough catch in contested catch areas. I mean, easily that backer could have hit him and lit him up pretty good, but he doesn't even flinch. He just goes dead right into it. I like that.
And here's your play.
All right, this is the man coverage. He's lined up at the top of the screen right here in man coverage. Daniel Jones is going to throw a back shoulder. The DB is going to try to work around Pittman. So as you see him, again, this guy is outside release package with an outside leverage from the corner, and he still gets outside of him because he tacks straight at that DB, and then he gets him to flip his hips. This is not the best throw in the world by Daniel Jones. The DB is draped all over him. He tries to work around on the outside of him. I don't know why he tried to get outside of him. This was a DPI had he not made a fantastic one-handed catch in that scenario. I mean, that's as tough a catch and contested catch as you're going to get. But again, I like how he worked straight up to the DB before making his break and had plenty of room to the outside. That's a problem young receivers do, is they'll start getting to that outside boundary too quickly, and they kind of bottleneck themselves to where they lose some of that room that they have to work with. That's why Daniel Jones trusts him in that situation to just throw the back shoulder, because he had plenty of room still to the sideline if he had to make a throw that was wider than he needed to. But on this one, DB was just draped all over him. He makes a great one-handed catch, though. I love that. That was just physicality at that point.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And I know we're going to talk a bunch of receivers in the draft here in a few minutes when Dave and David join us. But, man, this is, I mean, if you drew it up in a lab, and again, I wasn't really thinking Pittman, although the more when it looked like they might franchise him and all of a sudden he's available, hey, could we trade for him? I keep looking at it. As much as I like Doubs, this actually fits the skill set of what the Steelers want to do, I think, a little better.
Yeah. I think you could have gone either way with him or Dobbs. If you would have gotten one or the other, I think you could have made it work. They're just two totally different receivers. And so he's going to bring the physicality. He's another big-bodied receiver, but he's so good on third downs at converting those third down type plays that now if you're able to draft the guy who can work inside, and honestly, I pulled it up. Michael Pittman ran a decent amount out of the slot. So he was a wide receiver on 615 plays this past season. He worked the slot 283 plays. So it's not like he's never in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, about a third of his time, he can work out of the slot as well. So if you draft a guy, and I know we're going to talk about this once the draft show rolls around, but if you can draft a guy who has inside-outside versatility, Pittman can also be inside-out versatility. We saw DK work out of the slot a little bit last year. So I think it just gives McCarthy so much that he can do with this receiver room. I like where we're set up with this right now. And Dobbs, he could have worked a little inside-out. He's more of a route running specialist where he gets open through his route running, whereas Pittman has a little bit more of a bully in him and he can get open by bullying. But you see his release packages are good as well. So he can get open by route running just as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really like this guy. And there's a couple guys in the draft who I think now you bring in. and if you just get the right speedy, and I don't even know that you need to go, but I don't want to give too much away. I don't even think you need to go with some of these speed slot merchants, which is good. It'll be a good fit. But you could get another 6'3", 6'4" guy out there who's got some straight line speed, where there's several of those that will be available later in the draft. It could get really interesting. I mean, most teams don't carry 2 or 3 6'1", 6'2" corners. I mean, there's a bunch of 5'10", 5'11" corners. Now, all of a sudden, you start matching up and going, okay, well, who's going to cover DK Metcalf? Put the biggest guy on him. Okay, well, who's going to cover Pittman? Put the next biggest guy on him. Okay, well, here's, we'll just throw his name out there as an example. Here's Malachi Fields, who's 6'3". Okay, who's going to cover him? Oh, by the way, there's tight end out here, and if you haven't met him, here's Darnell Washington. You could put three. I mean, you could really go 5 across where Pat Freiermuth is the smallest guy in the pack.
I know. Wouldn't that be nuts?
How crazy is that compared to what it's been the last couple of years?
I know.
I mean, we're talking about Scotty Miller and Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. It looked like the human evolution chart in reverse, getting smaller.
It did. We don't have the problem now with 2 6'4" plus wide receivers and 2 6'4" plus tight ends. And let's be honest, we don't have another tight end in the room that's also about 5'10" with Connor Hayward. So I mean,
well, he's in Vegas now.
He is.
Hopefully taking advantage of the buffets.
I do think McCarthy's definitely going to take advantage of that size. He's, again, if you go through his history, Corb's actually the first person who pointed this out to me. If you look through his wide receiver tree, I mean, all those guys are 6'1" and over for the most part. Mm-hmm. So he clearly has somebody he's looking for. And for what we got Michael Pittman on, I mean, a late pick swap, a 6th and a 7th round pick swap. We redo the contract. Now he's $19 million against the cap instead of, what was he, 24 or 29 or something against the cap, 24 against the cap. I think listen, I'm completely fine with this. And you lock him up for 3 years. He's 28 years old, going to be 29 slightly after the season starts. And it looks like the way the contract's drawn up, much like many of the Pittsburgh contracts, there's a pretty easy out, right? So, like, if he does decline, like, there's a pretty easy out of it. I mean, we have an easy out of DK's contract next year. We have flexibility, it seems like, is, I think, the key to this whole entire offseason, wide receiver included. They're not boxing themselves into, hey, we've got the 5'8", 4.32 burner out there anymore. Like, we have a guy who's a route running guy who's physical to go along with another big guy who's also physical. And you can get back to playing a little bully ball. I found it was a little ironic that we're starting to go bully ball when we get the offensive-minded coach instead of bully ball with the guy who was the defensive-minded coach, which I think was what Tomlin really wanted to do. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to me.
Which, yeah, I agree. I mean, you think about it. So let's just say we got all these huge guys and we get another, big guy in the draft. And now all of a sudden you got Rico Dowdle, who's maybe one of the most physical, definitely one of the most physical runners in the NFL. And oh, by the way, if you are not familiar with the violent runs of Jaylen Warren, I mean, that's your relief. That's your speed guy coming in. I mean, I see this as defenses. If the offensive line continues to progress, this is the kind of team, and it's kind of a little bit of a traditional Pittsburgh offense where it's not going to look great in the first half, but to the second half, there's going to be a lot of guys who are going to make business decisions, and you're going to be a much better team.
Yeah. And Vaughn, stay in the show as the man himself joins, has a really intriguing idea.
Yes,
how you
let's
could
throw it
go
up on
get
the screen.
That guy.
Well, looky here.
Looky here.
I'm assuming that the Steelers and Cowboys had some kind of deal in the works anyway that was not like this, but similar to this in value. Because me and Trent were talking about this, and trading back from 12 to 21 is like a third round value, right? A third round pick.
Mhm.
So if you think Patrick Queen's worth a third round pick in the open market, that this trade makes a lot of sense. And I picked Dallas because A, they already have shown interest in Patrick Queen, and B, I want to get ahead of the Ravens because I think the Ravens could be interested in Ione too. So that's how I arrived at this trade thing, and I think it works. I put it on Twitter. I got a lot of responses. A lot of people hate it. I think the idea of taking a guard this early, I've been getting a lot of negative responses on Twitter. People don't get the guard thing. They see a guard and they're like, no, that's stupid. I don't want a guard. He's not just any guard. He's the guard in this draft. And maybe the guard in the last 3 or 4 drafts.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what they're talking about. He's the guy. I mean, what somebody said he's the best guard prospect they've had come out in 10 years.
I think that was McShay, maybe?
Yeah.
I still think Booker last year was
Booker
also
was very good.
really, really good.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know that there's this huge step, but I will say this. Just because you and Booker are close doesn't mean anybody else is. I can definitely get behind those two are the best in the last 5-10 years.
Think about it. You have Fortanu, McCormick, Frazier, Ione, and then, God forbid, something works out at left tackle between, the two guys they have now. Now you're cooking. Now you've got an offensive line for 7 years. And not just any offensive line, a bunch of first and second round pick, except for McCormick. But, high-end line that could carry you for a long time. I'm going to be very disappointed if we come out of this draft and it's not Ione or maybe Omar Cooper. Those are the two guys I've really zeroed in on for what I want.
Well, I mean, I don't hate the idea of this. And I think the Cowboys might be more willing to do it because I think they were really in on Caleb Downs and were hoping he would fall to 12. I think there's a chance Downs now falls into the high teens. And maybe if they do this, they got 20 and 21. So they could still come away with him, or worse. I mean, from a Steelers perspective, is they come away with Warren and Jacob Rodriguez because that fixes their defense in the middle.
I was just looking this up because I was curious, because I thought I knew where this was. Where was Tyler Booker drafted last year? What
I don't remember.
Take a guess. It's on. I'll give you a hint. It's on your screen.
21st?
12th.
Oh, 12th.
So everybody talking about taking a guard too early. That worked out pretty damn well last year at 12.
Yeah. Yeah. They would take that draft pick every day.
Yeah, I don't think that this would be a crazy scenario. When you brought that up, well, we talked about this obviously. My initial reaction was, is Patrick Queen really a second round worthy draft draft pick? Because is he equivalent of that? Because I thought this would take you at least a second round pick to move up that far, but then you started pulling the chart and it actually looks more like it's a late second, early third round pick.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to think, I'm like, okay, I think you could easily say Patrick Queen is worthy of a third round trade, right? Like value wise.
Yeah. And don't forget, the Cowboys want to win now.
Yeah.
They don't, their owner is like, what, in his late 80s? He wants to win a Super Bowl now. He doesn't want to wait for draft picks to develop anymore. So this could be enticing to them. Obviously, it is because they've made offers. We've all heard the reporting that the trade was close and then it hit a snag and now it's dead. So there's interest there from the Cowboys. And I have no idea what the terms were they discussed, obviously. But this trade proposal makes a lot of sense. And look, do you wait for Ione, or do you wait till after the first 10 picks go by before you make this deal? Or do you make the deal before the trade, the draft? I mean, worst case scenario, sitting there at 12, and there could be a whole lot of other players.
Pick of the litter.
Right? The best wide receiver, or one of the best wide receivers in the draft,
Or if you know he's going to be gone by pick 12, if you did this before the draft, well, guess what? Couldn't offensive tackle be on the board for you at that point? Or you have
could
your pick
definitely
of
pivot.
any of the wide receivers at that point.
Yep.
You might even be in the Caleb Downs sweepstakes if you want to
I
go
was gonna say,
safety.
Caleb Downs too.
You give yourself a lot of flexibility in this draft. I think this would be, maybe a sneaky, really good trade if they were able to pull this off.
Vaughn, I wouldn't do anything more than like a day 3 pick thrown in. I think this is a pretty fair deal.
Yeah.
If they want a 6th to 7th round pick just to sweeten it, that's fine because we have 2 6 or 1 6 and 3 7s now, right? With that trade we made. So yeah, this is, to me, I wouldn't give them anything else. And if they don't want it, then just sit at 21 and you hope. Then you go for Pregnon in the 2nd and draft somebody else in the 1st. It's
and there's still good guard value after that first round. I mean, Basantis is another guy. You brought up Pregnon. Kalen Rutledge is another guy who could be on there. And there's, I actually still like Bo Stevens, even though he tested pretty poorly. But if you're taking a guard later than you wanted to, like say if you went and got, either Wyatt Teller or, basically either of the guards from Cleveland as a veteran guy, and you wanted to draft later, you still can get a developmental guy and a quality guy later in the draft.
This is what got me thinking is, oh, go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think like what Vaughn has here. If you pull the trigger on this trade, you can't take Warren at 12. You can't.
No, I think he's talking about if they stay at 21.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That's
I like Warren. I have through the whole process. He didn't test quite as well as I thought, but then you go back and watch him again. It's like it doesn't matter. He's just a good player. Period.
He's a ball player.
Yeah.
And I would take him at 21 in a heartbeat too, for sure.
What got me thinking of this is trading up. I would like to trade up without giving up any of the picks that they have, if they can do it. And Patrick Queen is the way to go. They already showed that they're willing to move him, so why not? Dallas is a willing partner. I'm accepting offers to be the Steelers GM. Just send me an offer in the mail and we'll discuss it.
Are you willing to change your name to Khan?
Yes. to be the general manager of the Steelers, I could be David Kahn for all of you.
This way
that makes you feel better.
Have our thing.
Were you guys wrapped up on Pittman, or you want to keep going on Pittman?
Yeah, no, we're pretty good with that. We pretty much covered all of it.
Great. Everybody excited about Pittman now? Got you the juices flowing.
I'm ready for Pittman. I'm loving this move, honestly. The more I watch him, and there was a couple plays that we, could have thrown in there. I mean, he's physical. He is somebody who's going to be a guy in the run game where you know what you're getting out of him. Like, he is going to stay physical at the point of attack as a blocking receiver. And I loved his press conference. I brought this up at the beginning of this when Bob was having his technical issues, but just a guy who's willing to block and say, hey, if I do my job on the outside, that's something that could turn a 5-yard run into a 15, 20-yard run, right? Like, if you have that mentality as a wide receiver, it's a great thing to have because God knows we haven't had it in a long time.
Let me ask you guys a question. I know McCarthy's not known for this, but are they trying to build the power offense still? Are they still trying to be bully ball on offense? Because you got Dowdle, who's a physical back. You've got Pittman, who's a physical wide receiver. You've got DK, physical wide receiver. Is McCarthy being, I don't want to say pigeonholed, but do they tell him, we still want to run this physical offense. You just got to figure it out. Because that's not really what he was before, right? Oh, am I mistaken?
I think he had some of this in him because, we talked about this a little bit right before you jumped in here. But, I mean, if you think about the way Aaron Jones ran the ball, he was a lot like Jaylen Warren and what Dowdle brings to the table. I mean, he was a hard physical runner. Wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but he was very downhill. And he initiated a lot of contact, even though he was a smaller back. And then they drafted the what was the other kid? AJ, the other big back that ran in
Oh, I know.
He's
He's from
Boston,
DC.
from Boston
Yeah,
College. Yes,
Yeah. I know he's talking about. I can't think of his name, but yeah.
another big physical.
That was
guy.
he was a real big physical back.
I mean, he was
a true-
250 plus.
Yeah.
He looked. I mean, his
I wanna
legs
go back
were
to
like. He had
Our
each of his
friend-
thighs were one Calvin Austin.
I was going to say, definitely stay tuned. This is coming.
I'll read this out because Ronald from the chat. I'll give you a surprise, guys. A very well placed source, and I don't know if he has sources or not, but Steelers are seriously targeting not Ty Simpson and not Drew Aller, but are high on Carson Beck. And I texted in our group chat that Todd McShay also said this on his podcast, and why I give it more weight than usual is he's good buddies with Andy Weidel. Those guys grew up together in the scouting circles, not grew up together literally. So he's got a connection. I don't know how much Andy White is telling him at this point, but I would seriously put Carson Beck in the back of your brain for second,
Jesus
third
Christ.
roundish. It's
mean,
there. I don't love it. I don't love it.
I
You know me,
hate-
I've gone up and down on Carson Beck. I was
Oh
high on him
God!
early in the season, then I kind of
And then his
some of the
6
stuff he did.
interception game took you down off
Then
your
he
pedestal a little bit with that
started
one.
throwing his teammates under the bus and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Carson Beck
That
might
guy-
have the biggest candy fucking ass arm that I've seen
Well-
coming into the draft.
didn't he have arm surgery? I'm trying to remember this.
He
Someone
did.
was saying he had arm surgery and
He
he's
did.
still not fully recovered. And they said his arm could get better as we
Also-
go along.
As a side note, he's going to be too old by the time his end of his rookie contract is. Dave's going to get his ass out of town before
Motherfuckers
the
with
end.
this too old shit. I'm telling
He's
you.
already
He's
too old.
already. He's
He's never gonna let me live this
25.
down.
He's 25, Dave. By the time that rookie contract's over, he's going to be way too old. You're going to have to
Right.
trade his ass in year 3. Get him
He's
out
still
of town.
half the age of our starting quarterback.
He is half the age.
Extrapolate that out. We get 25 years of a quarterback if it works out.
I know, right?
Oh,
God.
good lord. Yeah,
I didn't think
I'm
he had
not
the
over
greatest
that.
arm talent in the world before that surgery, though. I mean, it was better than what
Yeah.
it was. And if you want to talk about, like, I don't know, maybe we're just spoiled as fans, but you knew in the clutch Ben was coming through. That's what we
Yeah.
grew up with, and that's what we knew. You knew he was coming through in the clutch. And Carson Beck ended a lot of games this year by throwing interceptions in the clutch.
yeah.
I mean, it happened in the playoff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he threw an interception in the game. So I've never been a believer in him. I think he's very immature. Could
he mature over time?
I don't know, and nobody else we fucking draft ever mature. So I don't know.
He's legit 6'3", right? And
He's a big boy.
semi, he's not super athletic, but he's not a statue
He's
back
not a
there either.
statue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to remind you of Lamar Jackson at all. But before we do the first round scenarios and do our thing, Bob, I wanted to go over a couple things draft related. Omar Khan, Andy Weidel, Mike McCarthy haven't been to one single pro day yet. And we had some big ones last week. Clemson, a couple of big ones. Does that surprise you guys at all? Because that's a Steelers
No.
tradition. They go to pro
No.
days.
That's a Mike Tomlin tradition.
I think actually it was a Colbert one, but both of them together, yeah. Yeah, Tomlin definitely loved it. So you think this is a changing of the guard? They're not going to do them anymore? They're not going to do that anymore? I mean, DMC texted me and he said maybe they just don't want to tip their hand anymore. Or he said that on X when I posted.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily tipping your hand when you go to all the teams are at all these pro days, or are sending someone to the pro days anyway.
Well,
I don't know.
like
I just find it odd.
I like that there's faith in the football knowledge of Daniel Rooney because he was there.
He was
I
at
like
two of
that-
them. He was at
yeah.
Clemson and he was at Georgia Tech.
And I like the fact that Kevin Colbert's kid is there because he seems to be a very good scout. So
Yeah.
I think they're getting back to more traditional. I'm not going to go fall in love with the kid. I'm going to let my scouts go fall in love and pitch me and take it more in a cold, calculated business environment. A lot of teams don't do business like the Steelers. The GM isn't necessarily at every one. Do I think Omar's going to skip all the pro days? No, I don't.
I hope not. Weidel and Khan were both at a bunch of pro days last year.
They were.
And
Yeah,
this year they haven't been. So it's only a week old, but there was some big ones. It was Clemson, Georgia Tech, UCLA, and Arkansas. The Steelers didn't. They sent an area scout to Arkansas, and you got the quarterback, the running back there. That's
that tells you a lot about what they're looking at, right? They're not looking for either of those guys and in the positions where they're getting drafted.
Yeah, and if you
even Julian Neal.
Yeah.
If you the corner, yep.
If you think about it, maybe nobody's high, maybe at least from a Steelers perspective, maybe they're not high on any of the Clemson guys. Maybe all this Terrell stuff was just smoke.
Well, we're going to find out next week because you got Georgia, Ole Miss, Penn State on the 18th. You got Oregon, South Carolina on the 17th. What else do we got here? BYU, Michigan, and Missouri on the 20th, and Baylor on the 20th. That's some big schools. If they don't go to those, they're not traveling.
Yep.
They're not going.
Yep, but then that doesn't mean that they're not sending a strong contingent.
I'm not trying to assign blame or put this as a slight. It's just it's a completely different strategy than they've had in the past.
Well, if you go back before Colbert, before Tomlin, this is more traditional Steelers, where we let our scouts do the work and we sit back and we evaluate the guys the scouts tell us. Maybe we did, and maybe this is why the drafts were so bad for the last 15 years. Well, all right, 10 years. That
5
we
years.
just went and got full of ourselves, and whoever we pick is going to be the guy. And hey, I like this kid. He's a guy. And we didn't draft no fucking guys.
You're not baiting me into this. I know you're trying your hardest, but you're not baiting me into this. Not today. There'll be another day. I'm sure you'll get me. I have no doubt you'll get me. Just one more. The top 40 visits. Let me pull that up because there's only been 3 so far.
Which I like. It's still early in the process. Let's wait it out a little bit.
It's Khalil Dinkins, tight end from Penn State. Anybody ever heard of him? Because I have not.
I don't know much about him. I'll be honest with you.
They did him a favor.
What's that? They did him a favor? Well, local kid doesn't even count against the 40.
He doesn't count. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Markel Bell, we've all talked about the tackle from Miami, and
interesting.
Ephesian Syok. Is that how you say it? Syok? Cornerback from
Priceock.
Trent's
boy. I like him too.
That's my sleeper.
He's a big dude, right? 6'4", right?
Yeah, 6'4", right around 200 pounds.
So those are the only ones we got so far. But that's again, it's early on too. And they get 40. I can't see them not using all 40, so we'll see.
And Priceoff could be a guy. It's like with the moves that we've made, he could be a realistic guy in the draft process because of the fact that he's going to be a little bit later round guy. So like, he's a developmental piece, right? So you could see him sitting for a year, potential special teams guy. Ran pretty well.
Yeah, he did. Markel Bell's interesting too, right? They're looking at tackle. 6'9", big dude.
Monster.
Big dude.
If you could let him sit for a year and just kind of develop, be
probably
the
the
swing
plan if you
tackle,
draft him. Yeah.
Could really have something there if you find, okay, we let Broderick walk, so long Dylan Cook. Here's the guy, 6'9", who sat for a year and developed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would have to draft a 7-foot quarterback to see over him, but hey.
That's true. You just definitely don't want to have somebody small if he's going to be the left tackle. You won't even be able to throw on that side of the field.
Good God, if him and if he and Darnell Washington line up next to each other, you definitely ain't hitting the slant route.
Hey, in all seriousness, we got to see that if they do draft him in training camp. We got to see that because if Darnell stands next to him and dwarfs him, then really, how big is Darnell?
How tall was Darnell? Was he 6'4"?
He's 6'8", I think.
Listed 6'7".
Was he that tall?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, he might be right.
He's huge.
Yeah,
I know he's big, like and heavy, but I didn't think he was that tall. All right, I guess we can do the slides now, Bob. If you're ready.
All right, let's go.
I came up with a little game I was going to play with these guys to see would you rather is basically it. I'm going to give them draft scenarios, and they're going to tell me which scenario they would rather do. Let's do the first one. First round, Emmanuel McNeil Warren or Dylan Thieneman, if they both fall 21.
Easy.
Yeah, McNeil Warren.
Emmanuel McNeil Warren for me. I know Thieneman's jumping up a lot of boards, but
It's McNeil Warren for me too, but it's not easy because I like Thieneman a lot. I like him a lot.
yeah.
And I think he can be a slot corner for you. I think he can be a free safety for you, a true free safety. He can be a lot of things. He did a lot of things at Oregon.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot of people that are like starting to take him over McNeil Warren. He's
yeah.
and PFF has him rank 11, McNeil Warren 22 right now.
Yep. And I've seen him, I think in Daniel Jeremiah's top 50, he's ahead of him significantly. I think he's in his top 15. Then Thieneman is. And
Yeah.
McNeil Warren's in the 20s.
The fact that Thieneman was so fast at the combine has really helped him. His
versatility too.
I mean, Thieneman's a hitter, but McNeil Warren, I mean, he just levels people. When he hits people, now it could be the competition. You know, Thieneman's hitting the soft Big Ten guys, and McNeil Warren is hitting the soft Division III guys.
Oh, Bob. You can't just wait to take a shot.
I can't wait to take a shot at the Big Ten whenever I can. Yes.
I'm scrolling up.
Big 12 or whatever fuck they're called now.
Daniel Jeremiah's top. He's got. Oh, I'm sorry. He's got Thieneman 17th, and I want to say McNeil Warren was in the 20s. Although I'm in the 30s now, and I haven't gotten to him yet. Interesting.
I know it's 21 if we stay there.
I must have missed him.
It's probably one of these two guys, I think. But
I think it's more likely Warren than Thieneman at this point.
I do too.
I
could see the Cowboys going after him.
Who?
Thieneman?
Yeah, I could see the Cowboys considering him at 12.
All right, Bob, what's up?
For us.
What's up next?
All right. Your next scenario.
All right. Vega Leone in the first or Max Iannaccio?
Easy
I
for
think
you to say.
I know these are two tough names. I don't know why I did this to myself, but now I would say Ione. I'm sorry, I keep saying Leone. Ione is a runaway with this, but Iannaccio has a chance to be a big time left tackle. So that's position value wise. This one's interesting.
At 21, I think you definitely go Ione.
It's
however you say his name.
Yeah.
If this is 12, though, now you got a different thing because you're talking about the positional value of a guard versus the positional value of a tackle. I don't see this being the move either one unless Vega falls to 21, and then I think you can't pass him at 21.
I agree.
All right, how at 12, Ione or Freeling? Who's
still a
Wiley?
I think Freeling is just Broderick Jones 2.0.
Could be.
Very raw,
But he's the
very
only true-
athletic.
He's the only true left tackle in the top tier guys. All the other guys are right tackle.
They are.
I think I think if you go to 12, it has to be for either an impact wide receiver or something crazy has happened where Sonny Styles fell.
That would be super interesting. If you traded up before the draft and all of a sudden, all right, Sonny Styles or Ione.
Don't be giving me more Buckeyes.
No, well,
Do
we-
not
we
be
know-
giving me
we
more
know-
Buckeyes on this roster.
We know what Ohio State Central's going to say over there.
Yeah,
that's a tough
I would
one
go
for me.
Styles too because he's a top 5 talent. And if he fell to
Yeah.
12,
Yeah, I don't know. I love Ione. I really do.
well,
All right, what's the next one, Bobby?
okay, hold on. If you do go up to 12, well, I'll save it till we have his.
No, go ahead. Is it?
Go up to
He's
12,
going to say million.
and well, if the Titans don't do it and the Giants
Oh,
don't do it, Kansas City and New Orleans definitely ain't doing it. It's the summer of love.
Oh boy. Save that for later. Keep going.
That's what I said. I was going to save it for later.
All right. Both these guys follow 21. Omar Cooper and Makai Lemon.
Makai.
I'm going Omar Cooper. I'm going Cooper.
I still think there's more upside with Makai Lemon.
I think there's a lot more upside with Cooper too, though.
You know what I noticed about
This one's tight. This is maybe as tight as it gets.
Yeah.
When I was doing the Pittman tape, I was watching Lemon highlights. Man, I'm struck by a lot of the similarities. He's not as big, but he is physical in the middle of the field. He really is, and he knows how to use his body. I was watching him catch back shoulder throws with 3 guys around him in the middle of the fucking field. I mean, this guy is tough. I kind of like him. I just look, Cooper's and I think he's really, really high floor. It's like Igbokwe last year. I can't point to any one thing that I dislike, but I just think he's a guy. I think ultimately he's a guy. He's a good
I think he's more than that. You might got a little low. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone color than that.
Let me see. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
To me, Cooper's got it all. And then when he hit that, I think I've said this before on the pod, but when he hit that 40 time, that just pushed over there. He's a blocker. He's a good route runner. He does all the little things right. And now you're putting speed on top of that. And the safest prospect in the first round. All these other first round guys, injuries, it's weirdness. It's,
I do not. I don't
what?
consider him safer than Carnell Tate.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I should say that. They're both. He's not. Tate is a safe
within,
but I'm assuming
within
Tate's
range
gone.
of us.
Yeah. I'm assuming
Yeah.
Tate's gone.
So
Denzel Boston
happened.
just punted his combine workout, so he dropped down. I mean,
yeah. I think Makai Lemon's contested catch pushes him over the top for me in this, and he's been more productive in college.
Can he do that stuff in the NFL?
Has.
At his size?
I think he will.
The contested catch stuff? I don't know.
I know every smaller receiver that's physical gets compared to Amon-Ra, but this one actually is the one who legitimately is carbon copy.
Uh-oh.
Ronald, don't even do it.
Ronald, buddy.
You were doing so good, buddy.
You were doing really good.
Man.
I saw that one pop up. I'm like, holy shit. What do we got next? Let's change the subject before Trent loses his mind.
I'm doing good so far. You should be proud.
I did not come up with these trade scenarios, just to be clear.
Wait a minute. You didn't? Did I do this one? I don't even remember this one.
Yes.
All right. Trade a 2026 and 27 first round for Jeremiah Love.
You were the one who put 27. I was like, well, you couldn't just trade the 27 for
I must have been
Jeremiah
drinking when
Love.
I did this one.
What in the hell? You gave Bob all of the ammunition that he possibly needed, Dave.
I think that was. I think that was with something else. Hold on, let me check my notes, Bob. The Jeremiah Love thing.
Yeah,
just the 27 first for Love.
Okay, but you can't just trade a 27 first for Jeremiah Love. You'd have to. Well, no, because you'd have to move up in the first round to get it.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's cross that one out. That one doesn't make much sense. Let's do the other one. Draft scenarios. Would you rather have Omar Cooper in the first and Jennings Dunker in the second, or Ione in the first and Denzel Boston in the second?
Boy.
That's a tough one, right?
No! No! I reject the premise of this!
Well done, Bob.
I think the difference between Cooper and Denzel Boston is greater. And I think I would go Cooper and Dunker. And that's going against my guy, too.
I don't know. I don't know where I go with this.
I stumped you on that one.
Because I mean, he's head above heels better than Dunker right now for what we know, because you're talking about taking a right tackle and moving him to left guard in our offense.
Yeah, but he's kind of widely thought of as a guard.
Well, I know, but
to
it's
the next
just
level.
it's. I'm saying
It is a
because
move.
if it was right
Yeah.
guard, then it's a little
Yeah.
different in my thought process than if it's left guard, unless you're moving McCormick back to left guard, which he
Which you
played
could.
all through college.
Yeah.
But I think he's pretty well settled in at right guard right now, right? Like you don't want to move him unless you have to. So then
Yeah.
Dunker's probably moving to left guard.
Yeah.
Boston would
Here's a-
have to really just blow me away in the freaking pro day, though. I don't know.
Well,
I think I'd probably go Cooper and Dunker also, but it's tight.
The thing I hate about this, honestly, is that I think either one of these two in the second round is a failure. I mean, it's a really bad draft pick. I don't like Boston. I think there's 10 guys at this point that I'd rather have than Boston. And I like Dunker a lot in the third round. If we're picking him in the second, I feel like we reached for
I
a
don't
guy
know.
who
But I don't know, Bob. If you look at, and especially if you're doing the mock drafts, Pregnon's gone. Obviously, Ioni's gone. So Dunker's the next guy up. The next
Yeah.
best
Yeah, I
guard.
would rather-
Unless you want to wait for Rutledge in the third or something.
well, I would rather package 2 picks and go up and get Pregnon.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not the scenario. You got to choose.
For our team, I think I would rather wait for Rutledge than go with Dunker. And that would make this scenario way easier.
Yeah.
But as is, it's tight.
Yeah, Basanta
If I had-
Samasum is gone too,
Yeah.
because he usually is in the mocks.
If I had to choose one or the other, I would go with the Vegas scenario and just sign up for the bust that is Denzel Boston and hope we fix it in the third or fourth round.
All right, what's up next?
Of course, I want Jeremiah Love.
Yes, you
Just throwing
do.
it out there.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I'm not even hesitating on this one.
McCoy or Chris Johnson? First,
I'm taking the upside of McCoy. And I know
it's risky.
Somber is going to tear me up on that one because he doesn't like either of the Tennessee guys. So if he's still watching, I know he's going to be. But man, I'm taking the upside because I think he has the potential to be the best corner in the draft by a long shot.
Bob?
I take Chris Johnson in the second. I don't hate McCoy, but I really like Chris Johnson. I think Chris Johnson and Joey Porter would be a really interesting duo, and he doesn't have to come in and start now because Jamal Dean's in there.
Yep.
So this is, I don't love picking a guy in the second round who's going to sit, but I think there's a lot of upside with Johnson. Johnson could legitimately push Jalen Ramsey to free safety. And now you move Jamal Dean inside, maybe to be the slot. You put Chris Johnson on the outside occasionally, just not as the base defense, but you work him in throughout the season. I like the upside of Johnson. He's big and fast. You know, hey, if it was McCoy 2 years ago, this is kind of a no-brainer. I agree with Trent on that, but it's not McCoy 2 years ago. We don't know.
The thing about
I
this scenario.
think-
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the thing about the scenario is you're getting Chris Johnson and you're getting a first round pick.
Yeah.
No, we're having a nice civil conversation right now. With
So
McCoy,
can we all agree that we're probably out on corner though until later in the
I-
draft after the moves we've made?
not out in the first 2 rounds for sure.
Yeah.
With 3 third-round picks, they might take someone, but yeah, I
Good.
Hold on. If we go up to 12 and we're doing crazy scenarios, maybe Sonny Styles doesn't fall, but maybe Mansour Delane does. I am not out on Mansour Delane. If I could get him at 12, I do that all day long.
Yes. Well, this is why I came up with this thing. Is it because it could be Ione and Johnson? Because if you trade up to 12, you know, instead
And I
of
would
using
like-
the first round pick on a corner, you know what I'm saying?
And I would like, but I think well, hold on though. If we trade up to get Ione, the second round pick I think has to be a middle linebacker.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true. That's true. But if say you stay at 21, it's McCoy and who knows as a wide receiver in the second round, or it's Omar Cooper and Chris Johnson, or it's Mekhi Lemon and Chris Johnson. You know what I'm saying? because you stay at 21, you still have that first round pick. McCoy, if he hits, it's a no-brainer. If he ends up completely healthy and living up to his potential, it's McCoy all day.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Round 2. And I don't know if either one of these are going to get to 50, wherever the Steelers are 53. Casey Concepcion or Chris Bell. Now, remember, I love Chris Bell to death. This is automatic for me. If not for the fact that he's coming off a pretty major injury and we don't know what version of Chris Bell you're going to get.
It's an ACL on a young kid. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I generally
You would assume.
agree with you. Yeah.
And his speed is important to his game, but it's not for him.
Yeah.
It's not the end all be all because he's a very physical runner. I love Chris Bell. I'm not 100% out on KC Concepcion at 21, by the way.
He'd be an interesting fit with the two big guys on the outside and him in the slot.
You guys know I'm not a huge KC guy, but I feel like this is a pretty easy call with both big guys now. He seems like he'd be like hand in glove as the speed option. He does
Big
get
play
open pretty effortlessly.
Some yak yardage for
I think KC.
Mr.
And
Aaron.
he brings return value. So
yes.
Mhm.
I think
I don't think we can go wrong
KC.
here.
Yeah, good point. I don't think we can go wrong either. Trent's becoming a KC Concepcion convert.
I'm slowly
but surely.
The 7 drops kill me. Like it just it kills me. And I told you guys, even early on in the process, I'm like, there's not like it's not like a complete dislike with Casey. There's something about his game that just does not sit right with me. And I don't know what I don't know if I can even completely pinpoint it. I just don't have a trust in him. I think it's the biggest thing. And it's the drops are a part of that.
What Tony Pauline brought up when I interviewed him too is like he thinks some of the wide receivers for Texas A&M got disinterested because there was bad balls from the quarterback and not a lot of,
You can say
accurate
that about
balls from the quarterback. But
in college too.
you could.
You could say the same thing about Denzel Boston. I mean, that kid was terrible all season.
He was terrible. All right. What do we got next? I made this one especially tough for Trent. I had you in mind with this one, buddy.
Pass. Next slide, Bob. Next slide.
Chris Brazzell in the second, or Malachi Fields in the third. I could have done second because there's still people saying Malachi Fields.
Holy shit, Chris Brazzell in the second. I'm taking everybody over Chris Brazzell in the second. Malachi Fields in the third. I'll take all day. He can run a 5.4 40, and I'm still taking him over Chris.
Well, that's what you're getting, basically. 5.4 40.
Jesus.
Fields. I'm taking Chris Brazzell all day.
Here's how Trent feels.
No, I reject the premise of this.
Yeah, I definitely got trapped on this one.
I mean, you have to be realistic. Chris Brazzell's going in the second. Whether you like him or not, he's going in the second round.
I don't think so. He's graded at a third round grade right now.
I don't think so.
He is on the big board. Hold on. He is currently
Which one? PFF?
64th on PFF's big board.
That's late second, right? Borderline.
Just pushing third.
Yeah, it's either the last pick of the second or the
Yeah.
probably first few picks of the third.
I think Daniel Jeremiah has him way up there.
Daniel
Let's see
Jeremiah
if
is
I can
high
find
as
it.
shit because there ain't no way that kid should be anywhere within the first 2 rounds.
I see this as a guy Buffalo would reach for.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can fix their really, really slow receiver and Keon Coleman with a really, really fast receiver, and neither of the fuckers can get open. Let's do it. Josh Allen deserves that kind of wide
Well, they have
receiver
DJ Moore.
The Chris Brazzell hate is off the charts.
Dude, he is a punt gunner in the NFL at wide receiver 4
crazy.
for his entire
You
career.
are
I'm just
crazy.
telling you, name me a single Tennessee wide receiver in the last 10 years who's panned out. Any of them.
You can't helmet scout. Everything's
Dude,
different.
he's the same. He's a carbon copy of everybody they recruit. Same thing. Tall,
This guy's different.
lanky, skinny.
But
They don't run routes well. He doesn't drop his hips in and out of routes. Like, he doesn't set up routes well. Like, all the stuff we just talked about with Michael Pittman. I know you weren't on here, Dave. He does none of it. None of it. That's why I don't
One
believe
thing
it.
you have to say, the one thing you have to say for Brazzell, though, he's the most polished Tennessee receiver in the last 10 years. Doesn't mean he's like a great route runner. He's not. But
I
he's a
disagree.
better
I thought
route
Jalen
runner
Hyatt was
than
better.
they put out.
I thought Jalen Hyatt was better.
No.
He didn't pan out. I did. I'm
No.
telling you. I thought Jalen Hyatt was a more polished player than Chris Brazel.
Oof,
You just
I
don't
know
see it with
about
him. I mean, he went from think about this 2023, he has 711 yards. Then Nico was there in Tennessee in 2024. The kid has 333 yards. Then he jumps up to 1,000 yards in 2025, averaging 16.2 and 23 yards per catch, 11.5, then 16.5. What the hell happened?
Yep.
And his
I don't know.
contested catch rate at 6'5 is 41.2%. That's not great.
Yeah, but
Versus a 5'1" can't get on a roller coaster at Disneyland, Jalen Hyatt.
I mean, but Jalen Hyatt wasn't he? Did he go in the first or second round? Where'd he go?
I think he went the second, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty
can't
sure he
remember.
went in the
I
second.
honestly can't remember.
He's had a great NFL career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this dude's going to fall right in line with the others. I mean, is he better than Dante Thornton? Probably, but Thornton
yeah.
was also a 5th round pick. I just don't think he's
Look,
much different than Dante Thornton.
If you were telling me Brazel at 53 versus Fields at 121, even though he ran slow, I'm taking my guy Malachi at 121 over Brazel at 53. Now, if you're telling me Brazel at 99 versus Fields at 121, now I'm maybe leaning more towards Brazel.
McShay has Brazel at 44, which is mid third round.
That's where he should be.
Second.
No, 44 is
All right.
mid second. Sorry, mid
I'm
third
sorry,
round.
mid second.
where-
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't do my math today. Yeah, mid second. My bad.
Mid third round is where I would. I would
Short-
say
what-
he probably should go.
What does this guy not watch the SEC? The lane is awesome. I don't know what you're watching, buddy. He's a good tackler. He's sticky in coverage. He's a finished product.
All right, what do we got?
No learning on the job for my man Delane.
What's next, Bobby?
Jake Galday.
Jake Galday or Anthony Hill Jr.? I kind of like
Galday.
Anthony Hill Jr. Huh?
Galday.
Yeah.
I think Galday's I half wonder if Anthony Hill Jr. ends up being an outside edge rusher at the next level.
I thought you were going to say safety because he's pretty athletic.
Yeah, he
He's
is
too
athletic.
big for safety.
I think- did he weighed in every bit of that 243 or so, didn't he, at the combine?
I'm going to look at his thing right now.
I think he weighed in right around where they thought he was going to go.
Let's see. I got it right here. Let me scroll down. 6'2", 238.
238. Okay, that's what it was.
4'5", 140.
I could see him being an effective edge. I'm
Could
trying
be
to think.
that
What was the dude from Seattle?
He had some
Who was
edge
the
rush,
pass
reps
rush
on
specialist years
tape
ago.
too, didn't he? This last year, he had a lot of edge.
He did.
Yeah.
I think I'm not saying that's what he is going to be, because he could also be the Overshown. Like, I could see comps to Overshown from Dallas. Came from the same school of Texas.
Yep.
I could see those comps also, but I feel like he had pretty nice bend in the pass rush sets that I saw him coming off with. So he and Arvell Reese could have similar paths to the NFL. Where Jake Galladay, I mean, that dude, he's got middle linebacker written all over him.
Galday is 6'4.5", 240. He ran a 4.62 40-yard dash, which is 70th percentile for linebackers still, but his vertical jump was 39 inches, which is 90th percentile for linebackers. So not
The world famous.
this guy. Every time he comes on, he's smoking a cigar.
Hello.
If we
That's
could
why
all
he's
be
world
DMC
famous.
for a day. If we can all be DMC for a day.
I'm not sure about if you want to do that, but all right.
All right, Dave, you're in time for this one. Jake Galday or Anthony Hill Jr.?
Anthony Hill
Which one
Jr.
are you
all day.
Oh,
Did not
Anthony
like
Hill
what I
Jr.?
saw from Jake Galday at the combine at all.
Why didn't you like him though? Honestly, because he didn't have an RAS of 9.17.
Yeah, but dude, in those drills, he didn't have fluid hips. As soon as he had to turn around that one, he stumbled and fell on his ass. First try on that freaking drill. Then he dropped the ball, brick hands. Then what else was it? He had one of the slower 40s compared to those other linebackers too.
I just went over it.
If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, he weighs less than those guys.
No, he weighs more.
No, he's more.
He's 240.
He weighed less than, I want to say, Styles,
Well, yeah.
Arvell, and all those guys. Like I was kind of shocked that they weighed heavier than him and they still ran way faster than him.
But like I told those guys, he had a 90th percentile broad jump. What was it for? Let me look at that in the back of that. But
You don't remember seeing him
Yeah.
fall on his ass right off the rip as soon as he had to turn?
I missed that one.
I think I missed that too.
It
But
was the
I believe
first
you.
try on that drill. I was like, really? Because you got to remember, from what I read about him, it sounded great. But then I got to see him in the. I was like, ooh, he looked like he was not. I feel like pretty much covering tight ends. He's going to get eaten alive.
Well, that's not
That's how
really.
I feel.
Well,
Like that's how I.
he's
feel.
more the green dot main line. Not, I don't know. I guess
I'm
know
starting to
what-
wonder: is he more of a downhill kind of guy? Like he's more known for being good against the run than the pass.
I thought he was good at both. Actually,
Trent, you're really high on him. I mean, do you,
I
do you
like
have any
him.
intel on that?
I think I was actually getting ready to look it up here for you because so he had his run defense grade was 90.6.
Okay,
His coverage grade is 77.5.
there's the drop off. I was waiting for it.
So
But,
I mean
I
77.5
mean,
is
76.
still pretty good.
It's nothing.
Though. I mean,
it's nothing to sneeze
not
at.
bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was right when I said I assumed he was better against the run. He's a
Yes.
run guy. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
They both are potentially really good players at the next level. I think the problem is that if you're looking for a rookie green dot, these two guys ain't it. They're both, I think, going to be good NFL players. But if I'm looking for a green dot guy, and these are my choices, and I'm assuming J-Rod is gone, I kind of like Lawson from Alabama over both of these guys.
I like Deontay
Yep.
Lawson too.
see now.
no, I disagree.
I'm kind of there. I think Golday's a. I think
I
it
like
was-
Goldie
I-
better.
Guys, I could
Goldie.
have sworn in his scouting report it says he'd be a green dot guy day one.
Well, I said that the second we started talking about linebackers too. I really do like Deontay Lawson.
Guys,
Now,
I'm higher
mind
on
you-
him than a lot.
I think he's
Jake-
what, a projected third rounder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Goldie had a 9.74 RAS.
9.74. Okay, I had it mixed up. I thought he was like 9.7.
Devin Bush ran like a 4.140. I don't want his ass either.
Devin Bush was also a lot later.
Yeah, and he's made a kind of second half resurgence in his career here. So, all right, what's next?
Good year does not a career make.
Mm.
We'll see.
Hey, I don't
What's next,
know.
Bobby?
It's a
Peter
no-brainer
Woods
for me.
versus Daryl Jackson. What do we think?
I take Daryl Jackson all day long in the third round. I'm not even. I don't know that I would hate Daryl Jackson in the second round. I love that kid. He's my favorite defensive lineman.
He's like a true nose, right? I gotta look him up. Is he like a nose type?
He played a decent amount of A gap.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna pull him up as well. So he's listed at 78. Run defense 81.3. No pass rush grade is pretty god awful. You pay 159 snaps in the A gap, 327 in the B gap.
6'5", 315, 34-inch arms. So he definitely fits the Steelers' mold as an interior defensive line with 34.5-inch arms.
He's listed at 337. He must have
Yeah,
slimmed
I
down
think-
for the combine.
Yeah, that was his
Yeah.
combine number, 6'15".
Yeah.
15.
He must have lost a lot of weight.
And don't discount. This is a helmet thing, but it's very true. Florida State guys play much better in the NFL than they do in college. I love this. Now, Wood, maybe Clemson is turning into Florida State, where their guys play better in the pros than they do in college, because they sure don't fucking play very well for Dabo right now. But
No doubt.
Jackson, I think, is as close to a sure thing for a He's not a first rounder, but in day 2, day 3, I think he's as close to a short thing as you can get.
Guys, let me read you off Peter Wood's stat. Height 6'2.5", 25th percentile. Weight's 298, which is 62nd, not bad. Wingspan 76, 9th percentile. Arm length 31 1/4, 4th percentile. Hand size 9 1/8, 7th percentile. This is not a Steelers guy. Steelers like big guys with long arms and heavy. He's tall.
Which one was that for? Woods?
Peter Woods.
Yeah, I was
Woods.
gonna say. I remember one of you saying that he was undersized for what the Steelers would want.
You know who
Now
he's
this
being
take-
comped to?
No. Who?
He's being comped from Darnold, Sam Darnold, or
Not. Oh, you're talking about the Pitt guy, aren't you?
yes, my God,
Yeah.
Aaron
I know
Donald.
exactly, yeah.
Thank you, Jesus
Aaron,
Christ.
no.
Aaron
No.
Donald.
No.
A lot
Not
of
even
Aaron?
close.
A lot of
Size
people,
wise, maybe.
a lot of people
I-
are comping him to Aaron Donald because he's so explosive.
Oh,
I told
thought
you
were
he's probably the
talking
most
about-
talented defensive lineman in this draft.
I thought you were
but-
talking about the undersized lineman from Pitt that went to the Bucks. I
Oh,
think. I can't
no.
remember his name.
Clance.
Cage,
Yeah,
Elijah
Elijah
Cansey.
Yeah, him. I thought
Yeah.
that's who you're talking about, not
No,
literally
they're
the
talking about
Aaron
they're talking
Donald.
about him and Aaron Donald in the same breath.
That's-
Yeah, we test that Clem.
It's
I-
insane to me because the
Pro Day already
production's not
happened, right?
there. Pro Day happened.
Yeah, I don't know what he tested at Clemson.
God,
he
you
like
guys
tweaked the
sometimes way
hamstring
too
on the
much
40 time.
practice and not the
This
actual
is why Omar
games.
didn't go to Clemson.
I think it's
It's,
Daryl Jackson. I think Bob's right. I think it's Daryl Jackson.
Yeah, I would take Darrell Jackson too.
Ronald here doesn't like how much we weigh on practice than actual games.
I'm
Ron, hit
laughing
that
at you
subscribe
now.
button.
If you-
And follow us. You'll get to our
He was the only one who had Jack Sawyer as a top 30 player last draft. I laughed at. Now who's laughing now? I mean, he did
Yes.
good, but I don't think he did like top 30
Jack-
player. in
Jack
the
Sawyer was
league
not
good.
a top 30 player in that draft.
You
Not
know,
now, not ever.
I don't. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
All right.
For a fourth rounder, he did fine, but not about
This
that
one's for Trent too. I had Trent in mind when I did this one too. D'Angelo
Ugh.
Bonds
Jesus Christ.
or Brandon Cisse. Which one you got? I wanted to torture you with this as much as I could.
This is a life-size photo of D'Angelo Ponce. by the way.
Height maxed out with this. That's him at max height.
Good God.
Ah, shit.
Pass? I mean, are we back?
You can't pass. Don't be that
Okay,
guy.
Brandon Cisse, I don't think is ever going to realize his potential. He has way more potential. I don't think he's ever going to realize that potential because he didn't even come close to it in South Carolina. Pons is way too small to hold up in the NFL, but I would take the 1 year he's going to last in the NFL over Brandon Cisse's complete failed career in the NFL.
Jesus
That's where he's
Christ.
headed.
What if we got him some like platform shoes or where those are? They like are a lot like taller.
We got
I was
to
just
get him this
thinking that.
insoles that give him like 4 inches
Yeah.
of height inside
Yeah,
his cleats.
You ready for his
Yeah.
numbers? Height 5'8" and 5/8. That's the first number 1 percentile, the lowest as you can possibly get. Weight is 182, 7th percentile. Arm length is 29 3/8. That's the 2nd percentile. But 43.5 vert is 98th percentile. For
Did we
D'Angelo
play the
Bonds.
Giants this year?
He jumped out of the building. Yeah, the Giants got a lot of small receivers, huh?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do we play the Giants this year? Because he might play that game pretty well. He and Calvin Austin will be like perfect against
Yeah,
each other.
yeah, he can match
They got
up.
Calvin Austin. They got somebody else too that was small. I can't remember who it was, but
Oh,
yeah.
you're right. They did. I can't remember who they just signed.
So I mean,
Oh,
the sad
it just
part
happened.
is, I mean, what's this guy? 5'6"?
5'8".
5'8". I know he's
5'6".
5'8". Okay, but a 5'8"
Yeah.
guy who jumps 43 inches is great. But a 6'2" guy who jumps 30 inches catches
Yeah.
the ball over him
Well,
every time.
They didn't in college though. He went up against good competition, and he was a dog. He was more than just good. He was excellent.
You want him covering Jamar Chase one-on-one?
They had him out there against Tate and Jeremiah Smith and guys like that.
Yeah, because those guys are Jamar Chase. I mean, come
Jeremiah
on
Smith
now.
could be.
Oh, first of all,
Right?
Jeremiah Smith is going to make Jamar Chase look like a little bitch when he gets to the NFL.
Well, easy now. Settle down there, Ohio State. But
Dude,
he's,
I'm-
Crown
he's on that
winner.
level.
I'm telling
As
you
a
guys,
prospect, he's on that level.
Darnell Mooney.
He was
The
any
Giants
good,
just signed Darnell
That's it.
Mooney.
That's
Yeah.
it.
If Wright was any good, he'd have gone to LSU like all the other good wide receivers.
Stop it. I like Cisse a lot too. I like the athletic profile. He's probably one of the most athletic corners in this draft, if not the most.
he is.
Greg has the solution. Greg has the. If anybody could come up with it, it's Greg.
Give Pons the boots, the guys from Kiss War.
Yes.
Get the hell out of here.
Yes. That is
All right, did you make a decision?
Thank,
Are you
thank
taking Pons?
Steve.
pointless argument. What is this?
Why is it pointless?
What's
They're both
pointless?
second round guys potentially, and if you have to pick one,
I don't want either one of them.
you
If
can
I had to
pass
pick
on
one,
both.
I'm
Yeah.
with Trent. I picked the brief Pons career over the. I don't. I liked Cisse at first, but the more I watch him, the more I'm a little bit worried that he'll translate.
I'm taking Pons,
taking-
guys.
I'm taking Pons too. It's a clean sweep. All
I'm
right, what's
taking
next?
the guy that was productive.
Oh,
Second
Ooh.
round, you luck out,
Oh,
and
bro.
both Rodriguez and Pregnon are available. Who are you taking?
easy. J. Rod. I think this
If
dude's a
Patrick
difference
Queen's still on the
maker.
team, and you don't have
I don't give a
guard,
shit. Patrick Queen can have a great view from the sidelines because J. Rod's my green dot, buddy. I'm putting him in day fucking one.
I think
You
in
can
the
get
Steelers
paid
scenario,
17
I
million
think-
to sit your ass down there and listen to the play calls coming in with your green dot as the backup.
I love J Rod. I don't know how I could say no to J Rod.
As of right now, if this is the roster we're going into the draft with, you got to take Pregnon.
Nope.
You have to. You
Nope.
have to.
I will walk out the dead corpse of either fucking goddamn
All you-
Cleveland guard.
All you no, just take Ione in the freaking first, and then take J
Well,
Rod in the second.
Yeah, well, I'm saying this is the scenario where Ione's gone.
I'll take J Rod, and then what? Basantis might be there in the third.
No,
No,
Yeah,
Basantis won't be
he's
there in the
gone.
Is he
third.
gonna be higher?
Your
Okay,
boy
then go,
Rutledge will be there.
you got
Rutledge.
Rutledge might be. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rutledge will be there.
Yeah.
this is tough. I think I might go Pregnon.
Can I just say this outside of like so many people talk about like a third or even a fourth round guard not being starting caliber as a rookie. A lot of guards in the NFL are third round picks. They start day one. It's just not a position that gets valued that highly unless you're like really goddamn good. Pregnon has that potential, but doesn't have like the resume really to back it up yet because he started football late. And Ione, I mean, people were talking about him as a generational guard.
Yeah.
So they're different guys.
Yeah,
But you could definitely get a third round guy to be a starter
Pregnon's better than anybody getting in the third, though, by a little bit.
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Do you want a potential Pro Bowler or just a guy, a solid,
Right.
you know?
Well, I don't think neither one of these guys is just a guy. So you're getting.
No, I'm talking about
probably-
the guys in the third round after Pregnon for a guard.
I don't think Rutledge is just a guy. I really like Rutledge. This is tough because these are both longtime borderline Pro Bowl, All Pro type talents. I think
It's position of need, right? That
Under
makes might sway it if it does at all.
they're both positions of need, though. They both are. This is the green dot guy we've been looking for. So if I go Pregnon and I get Lawson, is that such a difference between going J Rod and Rutledge? I'm going to say J Rod's a little bit better, and I'm going to take J Rod, but I don't think you could lose here. I think Pregnon is a nasty run
He
blocker.
is.
A
I don't disagree.
Nasty run blocker.
He is.
Look at
Can
Vaughn
we do-
trying to slip Aller in the third round on us without us looking.
I think
Don't
Pregnon
even-
is.
He's just trying to start another argument.
I think
Don't you
Pregnon.
put that evil on me.
Wait, can we agree if Sonny Styles isn't in this draft, Jacob Rodriguez is the top linebacker taken overall? Do you guys
Yeah,
have
I guess it would
anybody
have to
above
be.
him right now?
Might not be in the
No.
first round, though.
I still think he's a fringe first round guy.
He could be. He
He
could
could
be. He could
The
be.
way he tested with the production he's had in college.
I mean, I don't know what
Yeah.
else you can ask for in a linebacker.
Right.
Right.
Yes, and
Right.
he's smart. He is so smart. He's so smart for a linebacker.
He improved his draft stock at the combine. He really did.
Yes,
I would
yes,
love it if
absolutely.
he was an inch or two taller, though. To be honest with you, that's the only
Yeah, I was just gonna look
knock
up
I
his size because
Yeah.
wasn't he a little on the small? Not crazy small, but
He's
Yeah, he
6'1".
was, and he was like 235 or 3 or something in that
I'm trying to find
ballpark.
it right now.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
thought-
he wasn't
I thought-
big. 235, I think. Is
Didn't
what
you,
he.
didn't you comp him to Zach Thomas?
I did.
Yeah.
I still think he is, and he actually. He's,
Well,
That's
now
a pretty
he's a little,
good comp.
He's a little quicker, and I'll take Zach Thomas on my defense all day.
he's 6'1" and 3/8, 231 pounds, only 30-inch arms. That's 46th, 21st, and 11th percentiles. But then you get to his athletic scoring, and it's like vertical jump was 88th percentile, 40-yard dash was 84th, broad jump was 72. So he's much more of an athlete than anybody thought. He's just
He's
a little
very-
on the small side.
Again, his intelligence for me sold me.
Mhm.
And I mean, all the turnover production in college, like he's got good hands for a linebacker. Great at stripping the ball. I mean, 9 total forced fumbles.
Yeah, that's crazy. That
Come
force
on.
fumble number is nuts.
I'm
This-
taking that. all day.
and you pair him with TJ and Herbig, all three of those guys out on the field. If I'm carrying the ball, I'm just
Yeah.
going down. I'm just going down. I'm not
I'm
trying
just
to
going
get
down.
any yak.
All right, what's next, Bobby? All right, here we go.
Oh God,
Second, third roundish. Carson Beck or Garrett Nussmeier?
this is like the
No!
worst day of my life.
No, I reject the premise of this.
We know who
You
the
guys
Steelers are going to pick.
You
if they
guys
have
are
the choice
killing me.
between the two. I
I'm taking-
gotta go back. I gotta go back in this one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you the three midgets I don't like. Nussmeier, Klubnik, and Simpson. I don't think any one of those three is going to be good in the pros.
Beck wasn't good in college.
Yeah, he was okay in college, but Christ's sake.
I'm
All right, hold on.
It's
Let's
gotta
put this
be
into
Beck.
context for a second. Carson Beck had more interceptions in one single game than Garrett Nussmeier had for the fucking season.
That's kind
The
of.
season.
Yeah, well, was that the year when this past
No.
year?
Yes, this season.
He said, "What the fuck is on my screen?"
Thank you.
You got to make a choice, Somber.
Do we?
Play the game. I know you can.
I'll take
half of
Garrett
them.
Nussmeier because Carson
Yeah,
Beck
take
is
it
a
back.
fucking bum.
Here we go. The extremes.
I go,
Hot garbage, undraftable.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Trent?
You missed the whole Brazel thing. You were late for
Bum.
the Brazel thing.
Oh,
I go
yeah.
I go Nussmeier because of the two. Nussmeier at least has a little swagger to his game. He isn't any fucking good, but he's got swagger to his game. So give me the swagger and the gunslinger, and he will definitely help us lose 15 games.
Hold on.
Alan.
I might
Alan.
prefer Will
In-
Howard
in-
over Nussmeier.
In 2
Alan.
seasons,
Alan, sorry.
in 2 seasons,
I love it.
Carson Beck has 24 fucking interceptions in 2 years. 24.
Yeah. Don't
He's
get me wrong.
not exactly the
I-
guy who protects the ball. At least Nussmeier is a gunslinger
Don't
who
get me
throws
wrong.
an interception.
I'd take Nussmeier, but I'm not going to go to the extremes like some people.
Oh, Garrett Nussmeier. 9 1/8 inch hands. Kenny Pickett ish.
Great.
Ooh.
Only 6'2".
Kenny Pickett was 8.5.
Was he 8.5?
He has
Yeah.
a stronger arm than Kenny Pickett, though.
Every inch counts, boys.
That's
what
for
she
sure.
said.
I told you those three guys, I'm not doing it.
I'm pretty sure you said 9 and what?
Let me look at it again real quick.
3-8.
9 and 1/8. So it's basically 9-inch hands.
I think that's the same size as Joe Burrow.
Uh-oh.
Because Burrow has small lure hands, but he was over 9 inches.
All right, let me
That's
look.
the magic number. If your hands are
Ellis-
bigger than 9 inches, you can be a good pro quarterback. The only guy,
LSU
You're right.
quarterback.
His hands are actually bigger.
Yeah.
Burrow was 9 on the nose. What about Kenny Pickett? What was Kenny Pickett?
8.5.
Was it that
They created-
small?
They had to create a new glove size for him. It was called Kids.
You're
The
right.
only guy who had
8.5.
hands that size who was
8.5.
ever any good was Michael Vick.
Yeah, because he had everything else in spades. Fucking
Yeah.
speed, athletic ability, cannon arm. What's next?
Good God.
Late round pick.
Oh,
Taylor
Jesus.
Green or Cole Payton? I think I might go. Ooh, this is tough. Cole Payton.
I love Cole Payton. I've watched his tape over and over a lot the last week. I think he's a starter.
No.
He's not a Pro Bowler. He's not a Pro Bowler. I think he's a starter.
I think there's
And
potential there. I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
potential there. He's got a very, very good arm. He's very athletic. He's
Is he
tall.
playing at North Dakota State again?
There's been some good players come out of North Dakota State. You can't rag on that program.
Yeah, and
They've
his
had
entire
some- they had
highlight
pros.
reel was throwing to the one guy. Corbs pointed that out plenty of times.
I mean, how many receivers do you
Yep.
expect North Dakota State to have? It's North Dakota.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
if you're an NFL quarterback, you should be throwing to more than one player.
Yeah,
Bro,
it was.
I'm sure
it
the
was,
difference
oh, look,
between
another
Bryce
throw
Lance
to Bryce Lance. Oh, look,
and anybody
another
else
throw
on
to
that-
Bryce Lance.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Look,
I'm sure
Bryce
it's a
Lance
huge
is open.
difference.
I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah,
at
so
least
it'll
he
be
got him the
another
ball.
throw to DK
Okay.
Metcalf, another throw to Michael Pittman. So he'll have two guys running
Hold
down
on.
the field that are that
Okay,
fast.
so name the receiver that Taylor Green was throwing to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well,
he had
I can't.
nobody.
I can't name anybody in that fucking school.
compare
He had
their
a running
completion
back.
percentages and
I
everything
was gonna
else.
say he had a running back.
I think
God,
And
yeah.
Taylor Green is on record today saying he's not playing any other
I
position.
mean, honestly, guys, this is gonna be a day 3 pick.
Who gives a shit?
I'd be fine with either one. The day 3 pick, like, but gun to my head, I'd rather just pull the trigger. But
He's put that in there.
But,
I didn't get that.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I think I'd take Taylor Green. He's got the rocket arm. He's an absolute crazy athlete that you could do some different things with. So
Yeah, but he came out today and said he's not going to play anywhere but quarterback. Wouldn't
Yeah.
touch him. Wouldn't.
oh
touch
yeah,
him.
he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, so I'll tell you this. I'll make you a deal. They draft Bryce Lance first. You guys can have Cole Payton, okay? Because he's going to need Bryce Lance because that's who he throws to.
He's got a better version of that with DK and Pittman.
You're not
Cole
wrong.
Payton is
You're not wrong.
6'3", 232.
He's a big boy.
4'5", 640, which is 91 percentile for quarterbacks.
I think
And
this is gonna
Taylor
sound
Green
crazy.
didn't do anything.
It's gonna sound crazy.
What did he? Oh, he did do something. Good. Well, I'm looking at stats up. Good.
I think there's more to work with Taylor Green. And
I
his
think so,
coaching
too.
his coaching probably is worse than North Dakota State's coaching.
I'm sure of it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
honest.
of
it's
that.
got to be horrible.
Can you name many Arkansas Razorback guys who aren't defenders who make it to the league? Their
See,
offensive guys typically
That's
don't
the
make
thing.
it
You'd want
unless they're
him.
offensive line.
You'd want him to be around guys like what Kevin O'Connell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
He needs-
Shanahan.
Oh, you guys told me McCarthy's that guy. So
Well,
quarterback whisperer.
Yeah,
that's
I,
what they claim. Yes.
If,
I don't
Dude,
like
guys.
either of them.
Listen to these numbers. They're fucking ridiculous. 6'6"
It's-
is 96 percentile. 227, whatever. 40-yard dash, 4.36, 99 percentile. Vertical jump,
Nope.
43 and a half, 99
This is
percentile.
Taylor Green, right? You're talking about Taylor, right?
Yes, Taylor Green.
Because he was
Broad
doing
jump,
ridiculous.
134, 99
Yeah.
percentile.
Yeah, dude, he was crazy. He's ridiculous.
Bro, that's insane.
it's,
That's who
Yep.
you draft late in the draft and just say, please, for the love of God,
You're a,
work out.
I get
but
it.
if you watch his tape, he's very much like a Joe Milton, Jalen Milroe. He
Agreed.
doesn't have touch.
He's a better athlete
Peyton
than both
had-
of them.
He's not that much of a better athlete than Peyton. Go look at their size and their speed. I don't care. He
He's
ran
like
a
full
4.36.
2
Name one fast quarterback who ran that fast.
This
Who's
is quite
any
the comment.
I don't know about that. But
Well-
I mean,
JJ McCarthy definitely ruins that reputation a little bit.
Bro, Jesus Christ couldn't fix that kid.
No.
the year before, didn't he have 3 bad quarterbacks that all played well? Wasn't it
Yeah.
something crazy like that?
Yeah.
Like,
The
I
corpse
think-
of Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Another North Dakota State alum.
Yeah.
Any more, Bob? Do we have any more?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
oh hell yeah.
Oh, give me Ted Hurst all
Ted
fucking
Hurst to
day.
Bryce Lance.
all day.
What? It's not all day. I think I would go Hurst too. I think it's closer than your
on day
I mean, I'm not
three.
saying it's like a super like wide gap. I'm just saying
Well-
for me,
well,
I'm
isn't-
taking Ted Hurst all day, every day because I think that kid's
Well,
got true X
well,
potential.
wait a second. Is Hurst going to be a day 3 pick? I
Yeah,
thought he was
this-
projected higher.
Yeah, maybe this is day 2. If you have a choice and you're sitting there, which one are you taking?
I think Hurst has the higher draft value, doesn't he?
It's not a lot. It's not too far apart.
This is the silly season where receivers jump up because PFF
Yeah.
overvalues them in their simulators. I really think both of these guys are the first 10 picks of round 4.
Yeah, I love
They're-
Bryce Lance. I understand the Hurst pick, though. I do.
They're currently 103
but
and
I'm going
104. Just
I thought so. They're close together, right? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Guys, there's some boards that are way
And
different from that.
Lance is the 103 just for transparency.
You got to understand, I do so many different boards. There's some boards that are way different from that.
Sure.
Which board were you using? PFF?
PFF,
That was the
yeah.
PFF board. Yeah.
Okay. Draft Tech or one of those other ones, not like that at all.
What is it? Is Hurst way ahead or way behind?
Ahead. Yeah.
Way ahead?
Mhm.
I would have them pretty close together.
When this first started, and you know how these are, these draft boards change. Some players drastically change. I was getting Bryce Lance when this started in January. I was getting him in the 5th, 6th round, but Hurst was going in the 3rd. I think it was the 3rd or the 4th. And then now it's always the 3rd with Hurst. But Lance is the 4th round.
By the way, Steelers sent Sheldon White, director of pro scouting, to Georgia State for his pro day.
Do you guys think?
Okay.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think Bryce Lance has the potential to be Christian Watson?
Oh,
Same.
Maybe
same
even better.
Same college. Very similar profiles.
Maybe
Probably
even
doesn't
better.
drop
'cause I
the
don't
ball
think
as
he's
much.
brittle.
hopefully he doesn't get
He's not
injured as much.
brittle either.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go, Bob. Nailed it. Like that's my thing. If he can just stay healthy,
I think Ted
I love
Hurst has
Christian.
George Pickens' potential.
That's some
Seriously.
lofty standards there, brother. Lofty
Well,
standards.
I'm not saying he's getting there. I'm just saying I think he has George Pickens' potential. If this kid played at Georgia instead of Georgia State, he's a fucking first rounder, and it's not close.
So when we say we're comping him to George Pickens, the guy who occasionally shows up to play George Pickens, or the head case George Pickens?
You're
If it's the head
doing your
case, I
best
don't want him.
today to bait me into these things, and I am not going.
Bob beat me to it because I was going to crack a joke. How's his fighting skills? But I didn't.
He doesn't measure up. He doesn't measure up to George Pickens. Let's be honest. Come on. In the
I
fighting,
think this is
in the
a tie.
fighting.
Whichever one's available in the 4th, I'd take. Maybe at 99, I take is same deal. I'm happy with either one of these guys.
I am too.
Yeah.
But I think if it's 4th round, Hurst, that's a value pick there. That's
Mhm.
at least from what I've seen.
I think they're both
you're
going
right.
in the 3rd. I honestly do.
I
do
think
too.
Lance helped his
I do.
case to be taken in the 3rd. But in my head, I thought Hurst was already a 3rd rounder. To be honest.
I mean,
agree.
to Ronald's point, he's no Jack Sawyer. But
Mm.
I guess he'd be okay in the 4th round.
True.
Bob is just dropping bombs.
Yeah, he's trying his best.
We kid because we love. We kid because we love.
What's next, Bobby?
Any more?
I got a couple
yeah.
more.
Oh,
Zachy Wheatley or
Damn.
Bud Clark?
God.
I like Bud Clark. I've liked him almost.
I
from the
like
jump.
them both. But again, the draft value is a little different here, I think.
And at PFF, they're close. They're like one after the other.
Bud Clark is another one. In January, he was fucking clear at the 6th round, guys.
He had a good Senior Bowl too. That helped him out a lot.
And that's when he started to climb.
And he
now,
tested really well.
Yes, and now he's climbed. Now we're talking 3rd round. Like holy shit. I like them both. Again, draft value for me, I'm gonna go with Wheatley. But I really like Bud Clark. Like if they got either one, I'd be happy. You guys have seen my mocks. Like I draft Bud Clark all the freaking time.
But
Because
Clark
of
is 6'1" and he ran a 4.4 140. He's a little thin, 6'1", 188, second percentile in weight.
A 4-4, a
What?
4-4-1's not that bad. I mean,
No, that's good.
Maybe that's-
4.4's really
oh,
good.
okay. I
for-
thought you
for
were
a
being
safety.
negative about it. I was like,
No. That's good for a
Maybe
safety.
that's why you take Jaquan Brisker for a year and let this kid grow and get ready and develop, contribute a little bit here and there, and then he's ready to take over in year 2.
Let me look at Zaki Wheatley's.
I think Zakee Wheatley is going to be
Now, he didn't run.
He's the better of the two.
He's 6'3", 203. He's a bigger boy. But
I
did
think it
not
would-
run or do any athletic stuff, so we don't know.
I think
it would-
Zaki is
Good, Bob.
he's more polished. He's ready to play now.
All right, what's next?
Well, let's see what we got. We're down to the end.
Ooh, late 3.
I put
Late
Haynes King versus Caden Wetjen. I know what Somber's choice would be here. I started watching some of his return stuff. Wetjen, he's pretty fucking good as a return guy.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
led the nation
Electric.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
why
electric.
I think I would lean towards him.
Ooh.
Haynes
Why-
King is going to
Why
switch
is Haynes
positions.
King in this list?
He's going to be like a tight end / wide receiver /
Dave, he's undraftable. God.
I know.
Don't be so sure, but he is willing to convert if he can't get it as a quarterback. And that's a big boy who can run. I mean, he was a 4.46 in the con. I'd rather have him over Taylor Green all day long at
No,
quarterback, mind you. Oh yeah, because that's a tough fucking kid.
No.
Haynes King has got balls of steel.
Is that in
We
the
could
scouting
vote-
report or
It
I think it
actually.
is. And word for word.
the kid's got balls, guys? Got balls, I tell you.
Caden
And I
Wetjen-
threw-
Licking.
I threw
think
Lorenzo Styles versus Josh Moten in late because they're a
Mm.
couple 7th round guys.
God,
Lorenzo
Lorenzo
Styles.
Styles is such a fucking athlete. God,
Yeah, he's tested so good. But Josh Moten's supposed to be a pretty good corner, right?
I know.
He's a ball hawk. He's been a ball hawk at a small school. He had like
Yeah.
12 turnovers or something.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
I didn't know he was that productive. I didn't see 12. Jesus,
Hold
that's
on.
pretty good.
I think I mean, let me double check because he had a ridiculous turnover rate.
Yeah. Somber says
Yeah.
King is on
Quarterback.
215.
Yeah, but for a quarterback, that's a tough kid. If you watch,
11.
I watched a lot of Georgia Tech football. I mean,
First question is why?
Yeah.
well, because I like Haynes King and I like Eric Rivers. But Haynes King, he's just a tough kid. There's something about him. I think he can make the transition to tight end, and I think he's a willing participant in that. But I also think he's got some Taysom Hill in him, where if he's got the right coach,
That's going to be his kind of role, I think. A Taysom
Yeah.
Hill type role. I think you just nailed it.
See, I
Yeah.
wish Taylor Green would take on a role like that.
But he's not going
Yeah.
to.
I know, no, well, Bob, I know that. I'm saying I wish
Yeah.
he would.
You sound like an
if he took that
asshole
role-
because, not you personally, but if you bring up him moving position, you sound like an asshole. And he even brought up, they want me to move because I'm black. And I get it.
yeah,
And he wants to be quarterback. I get it. But, bro, you are such an elite athlete. It's not because you're black. It's because you're a superstar athlete. That's why people have questioned you moving. I think those days, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe those days of, the black quarterback thing are over.
They're long over.
You're
I mean-
a superstar athlete, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
teams
you're
are
not a
going
very
to
good
do.
quarterback in college.
Teams are going to
So-
do what they think's best to help them win. It's
Yeah.
not based off of any of that stuff nowadays. Like I
And I
don't.
get it. It's your prerogative. You want to stay quarterback? God bless you. Do your thing.
Yeah,
But,
but you're
man.
not going to have a good career.
Yeah.
His biggest issue is on overthrows. He does throw the ball over the target a lot, which is all mechanical. If you got him the right guy, and this is the problem, because he's going to be a late day 3 pick, they're not going to put enough time into him to fix that issue. But if you invested heavily in that kid and just say, hey, listen, if we get his mechanics right, let's see if he fixes the mechanical
Yeah.
issues where he actually hits these targets instead of overthrowing them, because his turnovers are almost all of them are on overthrows. If he fixed that, maybe he is like the Lamar type guy where he's super
Well,
athletic
he's definitely athletically
and
is,
throws
no doubt
well
about it.
enough. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's in there. I don't think so, but I
He's
can see
everything
where
you
he's
want in a
coming
quarterback. Tall, big arm. It's just his accuracy and his play on the field leaves it lacking. So,
from. Yeah,
Can't throw the ball, but
well, he could throw
everything
it, not accurately, but he can throw it.
yeah.
He's got a-
he's got a
he's got a
cannon.
He's
For
Joe
sure.
Milton. He really is. He's Joe Milton. Everybody looks and goes, ooh, and I know the traits, know the skills. But when he gets on the field, oh my God.
To me, he was a better quarterback than Joe Milton was in college. Like again, Milton had a better season at Tennessee, but like as far as translating to the next level, I think he's more translatable than Joe Milton was.
Joe Milton was 6'5", almost the same height, 235. He didn't run his broad jump 35, so it's just a hair less of an athlete than
Yeah,
Taylor Green is.
but I mean, let's be fair. Taylor Green has to walk down 3 flights of stairs to climb over that bar.
Did Lamar Jackson run at his combine? Let me see.
No,
he did not.
I don't
No,
think
he did
so.
not. He didn't. No. He was only 6'2".
He didn't need to.
No, he didn't. But it would have been interesting to see where
And
he
in fairness to
stacked up
Lamar,
to.
he was Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
He was a much better college quarterback.
He was a
I
much
mean,
better college quarterback than these guys. Yeah, 100%.
65% completion percentage, roughly.
Yeah.
I think through most of his college.
Yeah, no one ever doubted Lamar was going to be a quarterback.
No.
No one ever even. I mean, people brought it up, but people knew he was a quarterback.
Except for that one idiot who kept Belichick out of the Hall of Fame. Bill Polian.
Do you think that Lorenzo Styles could be the replacement for what's his face that just left for
Killebrew?
Yeah, Miles Killebrew. Thank you.
I take that with a little upside because he's such a good athlete. Maybe you could turn him into something.
He's never going to be a starter. He's never going to be a player. He's
Really?
always going to be a
You
special.
want that athletic profile?
Dude, no. He's terrible in coverage. He's terrible in run defense. He's a special teamer at the next level, and that is it. And I'm going to find a way to get my Buckeyes on the field, okay?
Undraftable.
I
But
told
we
you
need a
guys, I
t-shirt.
thought he was undraftable until he ran a damn 4.28 or whatever the hell
With
it
Trent
was.
Space and undraftable over there.
Yeah,
We need a t-shirt.
undraftable. All right.
Make
there
that
you
happen.
go. We can do that.
Make that happen.
I think he could be a Killebrew replacement, though, because I think he can be a good special teamer. He's a good tackler. He just sucked at everything else.
He's got Gunner written all over him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's ask the really important question. Does Paul Skeens throw a no-hitter against the Dominican Republic in about 20 minutes?
Hell yeah. That's only going to be 5 innings, but yes.
All right, we got anything else before we you guys have been on for what?
2 hours and 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Me and
Well,
Bob
Trent's
are
been on the whole
warriors.
time.
You guys, well, yes. Actually, I've been on for 2 hours and 6 minutes. Okay, Bob is somewhere around the 2 hour mark.
Yes.
You two fuckers just show up when you want to.
Some of us have to eat dinner with the family or we get in a lot of trouble.
Chat.
So I gotta.
It's tough to find some dedicated guys in here. Okay, Corb shows up with the
For
flu.
Christ's sake.
Look,
Dave just shows up when he feels like it, and then he calls players too old when they're 28.
You guys.
When they're 14.
I'm
Dave's
hopped
at
up on
TV football
Dayquil.
going, you're washed, kid, you're washed. Get off the field.
I'm hopped up on Dayquil, caffeine, and now old grandpa's medicine. Let's go.
There it is. You're calling
And
the
I'm
flu game
smoking a
for you.
cigar, and I've got
Blue
a sore
game.
throat.
Blue game. Here we go.
Dedication.
All right, you guys in the chat, great, fantastic as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Draft will be live for rounds 1 and 2. Mr. Korab will be at the draft, reporting live, and we're gonna broadcast like we did last year. We'd love to have you guys on. We'll pick a couple of you guys to jump on if you want with us. Some of the regulars, that'd be great. Don't forget to check out my Tony Pauline interview. I think because we didn't go live, it didn't get the kind of buzz we would like to have gotten. It's really good stuff on football.
Did it, or did YouTube just
I
wipe
don't know.
out
We're
half
still
of
trying
it?
to figure out the YouTube.
I don't
thing, too.
understand. You had 400 views, and all of a sudden it was gone.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, guys. It really helps us out. We're getting close to our goal number. A couple more here and there, and we'll be there. Me and Bobby will be back tomorrow night. We haven't decided what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll figure it out. Until next time, thanks for listening to Steel Sanctuary Podcast.
And just like that, I left everything. See ya!